Hey, this is Gamebound, a little series where we play one-shots and short campaigns of various sorts. And today we are going to play what is likely going to be a two-shot. I kind of forgot that Alyssa was going to be free on the 28th, and so I planned it as a three-shot, and we'll see if we actually get that far. We'll see. We'll start going, and we'll see how far we get. It might be one we have to come back to at some point. Another boys' night, we have those periodically. So I'm sure we'll have another opportunity, even if we can't get through all of it. I've been obsessing about the Mission Impossible movies. And so we're going to do some Mission Impossible today is kind of what we're doing. We're going to be playing Outgunned, which is a cinematic action RPG. We played it on the channel before. Me, Josh, and David kind of ran the introductory one-shot thing they had. And it was really fun. It is very your characters are all going to be larger than life. You're going to be able to be very competent. The game explicitly tells you like the heroes basically just don't fail. Bad things will happen to them and complications can arise, but like them just being failures is not really a thing that's in the cards. Like
it's the opposite of Burning Wheel.
Yes, exactly. When things happen, like bad, when you roll badly, it's like something else external to you has caused failure rather than you being incompetent at the thing you were trying. So it's very like kind of, it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of like failing forward and just kind of rolling with the punches, going lots of action and adventure. And we're going to be doing Mission Impossible. So there'll be like daring stunts and lots of bad guys with guns and lots of good guys with guns. Basically, we're going to make characters right now. It will take us probably 5 minutes because the characters are very easy to make. And then I'll give you guys, I'll give you guys a little bit of detail right now about what is kind of the situation. So we're going to be doing, it's going to be the year 2003. So Outgunned explicitly says like you're playing in the kind of an imaginary version of the 80s through the early 2000s. Basically anything before smartphones and social media, right? It's like we don't have those things, but everything else is on the table, right? You might have a cell phone, but it's not a smartphone.
So those old flip phones.
You might be able to have the internet and hack things, obviously, but you don't have social media or anything like that. But yeah, it'll be reminiscent of any action movie you've seen along those lines, right? And there's lots of them. You guys are going to be working for the SPO, the Special Projects Office, a kind of fictional government organization that deals with problems that fall through the cracks and nobody else is dealing with and need to be dealt with fast without government bureaucracy getting in the way. You guys are going to be based in the Seattle area. You'll be on the Pacific Northwest. And you'll be dealing with, we'll do a little bit of a prologue where you guys are kind of finishing the job that you were just in the middle of. It's a way that typically these movies tend to start, right? You're kind of in the middle of the action dealing with a thing that's only tangentially related to what the thrust of the plot's going to be. And then we'll be able to get to see you guys be awesome heroes. And then we'll kind of jump into what the actual mission the SPO wants you to do will be. So let's talk briefly, and you guys can ask me questions about who you want to play, what role you want to pick up, who you want to be, and we can explain a little bit of the rules. Yeah, I know Jordan has already made his character, so how about you start us, Jordan, and just talk a little bit about who Just In Case is or what you had in mind.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
now that I'm saying the name out loud, I understand what is going on.
Well, it doesn't take a detective to understand my character.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is the detective.
Ah, very good, very good.
So
Just in case, the detective.
I'm on the case. That's my catchphrase. I chose the role of the sleuth. This is not at all inspired by the fact that I recently played through a Mouse PI for Hire.
Okay. So if you have a love for cheese, it will not be related whatsoever.
Look, I'm off the stuff. I'm good.
Yeah. When you paused, I knew there was going to be a cheese pun in there somewhere.
what can I say?
Mm-hmm.
I have chosen the trope Good Samaritan because I just want to see good come to the people.
Yep. Goody two shoes detective guy.
My job, I'm a private eye.
Mm-hmm.
Not a public eye.
Yep.
There are people that are public eyes. I am not comfortable with children. Which inevitably happens to run in with my line of work sometimes.
Yep.
What's
your catchphrase? You already said
it. Yeah, my catchphrase. Just in case his catchphrase is, I'm on the case. Because why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, of course. And you chose 2 feats?
I chose 2 feats. I chose detective, which allows me to, which is funny because the 3 jobs that it gave for the sleuth were detective, reporter, and detective something and private eye.
Right.
And the 2 feats that I chose were detective and reporter. So detective gives me a free reroll when looking for clues, following trails, or searching a room.
Nice.
And reporter gives me a free reroll for all rolls made to interview people, gain information, and find contacts.
Nice.
And I am very good at my detective job.
Yeah.
I'm as close to Batman as I can be without being a vigilante.
Yep. Looks like you have a camera and your gear there. That's pretty cool.
I did have $1 to spend on gear, and I chose a camera.
Very good.
I figure that's fitting for my job. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I also have a gun, and I could choose between a pistol, a rifle, and a shotgun. I'm going with a pistol because
your
the
private
PI
eye
thing to do. Yeah, like what private eye carries around a shotgun?
Have you assigned your skill points and stuff yet?
I haven't gotten to skill points yet because they confused me.
Yeah, well, let's do this now. Since you kind of got a little bit about Justin, let's go through character creation steps, and we can make sure that one, that you didn't miss anything, Jordan, and that any of the steps that you didn't understand can be explained, and then we'll make everybody else's character too. I assume that Josh has already made his character as well.
I'm working on mine as well, but
we'll go to the beginning here and we'll talk through it. Yeah.
I've got
for the audience as well.
2 possibilities, and I thought I'd float them by you.
Sure.
So I'm tossing up between kind of a mentor fisticuffs guy and a pseudo Chuck from the TV show Chuck.
Yep.
He's an older guy who's got some skills, but he got this like secret USB and then downloaded a whole bunch of extra whatever called SPO data into his head, and then didn't safely eject it, and so the USB is destroyed. So I'm up for either of those possibilities.
And you're going to do the brain, Seth, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so brain, detective, and then what were the 2 you're picking from again, Josh?
I'm thinking either where is it?
I know you just said them, but
so basically either commando,
yeah. Commando or fighter, was it?
Yeah, commando or fighter.
Okay. I mean, either of those would work. Again, the premise is kind of like, secret special force working for the government. So commando is obviously a good fit there, but I could see a fighter as well. Commando would definitely be the most appropriate for the premise.
Yep. I'll go that then.
Cool. Sweet. Yeah. So for the role, right, is the key feature that tells you what kind of person they are, what they can do, and probably also how they spent their life before the mission began. So we got Seth as the brain, Jordan as the sleuth, and Josh as the commando. A quick kind of description of those. Commandos are the best of the best of the best, the toughest heroes out there. Or I guess here, let me read those are examples of what you could play. Commandos are the best of the best of the best, the toughest heroes out there. Soldiers with shaved heads who serve their nations, or mercenaries armed to their teeth. Commandos were forged in the heat of battle and face danger head on. Anyone standing in their way should be very careful, as nothing scares these steely-eyed soldiers. And then we got if I can find it, the brain. The brain is the thinking mind of the group, a hero with knowledge to spare and intuition and intelligence like you've never seen. Some of them are in academia and rarely see the light of day, let alone the blaze of battle. Others are cunning strategists who choose to serve or break the law, to each their own. And then we got the sleuth. Nobody is ever truly safe from a sleuth. When these heroes in wrinkled trench coats find a trail, it's only a matter of time before they manage to solve the case. The sleuths always pick up on the details other people miss, and they always know the right questions to ask and the right buttons to press in order to get the answers they are looking for. It's a very Jordan choice. Honestly, all of these are pretty good choices for you guys.
Also, just a really interesting group, like for an action movie. Like, it's an interesting setup. I like this.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming we have like a hacker, a soldier, and like the guy who is actually like tracking down the information, right? Like asking the right questions. But yes, so after you choose a role, then you fill in your personal data. So this is your name, your job, your age, your catchphrase, and your flaw.
And can it be any catchphrase? Does it have to be one of the ones that were given?
It's not one of the ones you're given. Yeah, it's whatever. It does have mechanical effects, right? So it matters. It's not just flavor. So real quick, just for each of these, obviously you can choose your name, whatever you want your name to be. Looks like we got them all. Nice. Okay. Here, let me real quick before I move on from this. Let me get these in the overlay before I forget, so I can do this. But your job is basically what contacts you'll have available to you and resources and stuff, right? Like what people you knew because of your previous job. So that matters obviously mechanically as well. And then your catchphrase, you can get like special resources in the game from it. And your flaw, I believe I can also use against you, or something along those lines. I'll have to look up what it is in a second here. Try to get this overlay exported properly. We got Lyle, Justin, and Brian. Very nice. Okay, so with a job, you can do that. Catchphrase is a clear indication of how you should interpret your hero, and the director can also use it as a benchmark for when to reward you with a spotlight. Kind of like inspiration, except you can stack multiple of them. Kind of a spendable, a reusable resource, or not a reusable, a expendable resource is what the word I was looking for, that you can use to like automatically succeed on things, save your butt if you fail, that sort of thing. And it basically has to do with your spotlight, right? Let's say Johnny decides to tell off his superior and hand over his gun and badge. His catchphrase is, with all due respect, to hell with the rules. He clearly deserves a spotlight for that. Right? So if you act in accordance to your catchphrase, I might reward you a spotlight, kind of like inspiration. Your flaw, on the other hand, is something you'll have to deal with or overcome on your adventure. You can reference your flaw to guide your interpretation of your hero, and the director can call your flaw into play to impose -1, so -1 dice, to a relevant roll. So that'll matter as well. As a real quick explanation of what the dice are, you are rolling a pool of d6s, no less than 2 and no more than 9. Usually it will be a combination of a stat and a skill, right? You're using brawn plus endure or whatever, right? And you add those two numbers together for your dice pool. And then what you're looking for are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of a kind, right? 2 of a kind is a basic success. 3 of a kind is a critical success, I believe it's called. And then it scales up from there, right? The more of a kind you get of like one number, the better a kind of success that is. But you can get multiple kinds of successes, right? You can get a 3 of a kind and a 2 of a kind, which means you got a basic success and a critical success or whatever. And those can be spent to do different actions and play. And depending on what obstacle you're overcoming or what like enemy you're fighting, you'll need a certain type of success to succeed or to be able to do that thing. And then lastly, of course, you got age, which really the 3 ages you choose are young, adult, or old, not a number.
Okay.
So, and there are special rules for being young or old. But if you don't have a particular if you don't want to be young or old, then you would just choose adult, and there would be no special rules that would matter for that. So
young is in like what? How young is young in this?
Young is it can be as young as a kid, but mostly it means like a young adult or a teenager, someone who doesn't have a lot of life experience.
Okay, then
it would depend on the kind of game we were playing, but for this it would be like a rookie, right? Like a young adult, but not like a teenager.
Do you mind if I go for old?
That's fine with me. The veteran of the group. Seems appropriate. What is everybody's name, job, age, catchphrase, and flaw? You already told us yours, Jordan, so what about the rest of you?
I am Lyle the Gold Lewis. Okay. I am the brain. Nice. I picked for my trope cheater. And my job is a hacker. I'm an adult. My flaw is without my glasses, I am nearly blind. And my catchphrase is, I got it.
Nice.
I'm imagining like this hyperactive, like, okay, have any of you seen the American remake of The Italian Job?
Nope.
Oh, well.
Have you seen the Italian remake of The American Job?
No, I am, what's that guy's name? I'm playing Seth Green, essentially his character.
Oh yeah. I can definitely imagine Seth Green playing this character. Yeah.
So picture if actor playing this is Seth Green.
Nice.
Seth playing Seth.
Josh, what do you have for personal data?
Personal data. So I'm going to be my role commando. My trope will be a genius bruiser.
Nice.
Job is soldier. Age is 56 or old for this. My flaw is I'm too old for this hoo-ha. And my catchphrase is I've seen worse.
Nice. Very good. And then after that, you would choose you get like attribute points, skill points, feats, gear.
That is the part. I did pick feats. I did not understand the attribute points and what we want probably for those.
We can run through it. So you mark the attribute and skill points gained from your role and trope. So for you, Seth.
Also, is there a way to put our feats in the thing without them like
getting wrinkly? Because mine get wrinkly after.
No. I can't read them because there's not enough space for them.
Oh yeah. I'm not sure there was a way to do it there.
Because like there's 2 lines. I figured the second line was for the description, but it don't work that way.
Yeah, I'm sure that it is, but yeah, it can't read it all the way. So what you're gonna do, Seth and everybody else, you'd look at your role, for example, and then you would see, okay, attribute in focus. Then you just mark another focus, and then skill points. You get to assign a certain amount of them. I've already scrolled past it. Let me find that again. You mark the skill points. So I believe you just mark every single one of those. Is that correct, Josh?
Yep.
Just add one.
Yeah, you get everything that's listed on both your role and your.
So you just add one if it's listed.
Yeah,
on either your
nice.
role or you get a lot of
2 free points or something as well.
Yep, and you get 2 free points you can spend anywhere after that. So your characters are going to be very competent, right?
This is very different than Burning Wheel.
Yes. It is quite literally probably the polar opposite of Burning Wheel as in terms of game philosophy and design.
Where does it say we get 2 extra ones?
Right at the beginning with creating your hero, right? So you mark the attribute and skill points gained from your role and trope, and then you add 2 free skill points, and then you choose and note 3 feats from your role and trope.
And there's also one we get from our job.
What do you get?
But do we also get all the skill points from our job? Trope, I mean?
Yeah, trope, yes.
Okay.
Wait, what did you say? How many feats do we get?
3, unless you're young or old. Then that changes.
What if the thing says choose 2?
Yeah, so you choose 2 from your, typically if you're an adult, you choose 2 from your role and 1 from your trope.
Oh, cool.
And those obviously give you special things, mostly rerolls. So as a point of interest in this game, use the rerolls all the time. Don't be stingy with them. Just do it all the time. I believe there is a certain amount, like you can use them only at certain points, but like whenever you can use them, you should use them because it's not there are other resources in the game that you should be stingy with, like spotlights and adrenaline and all that stuff. Like those are to be used sparingly, but if you have a free reroll on a thing, you should just spend it.
So we get, was it 3 skill points or 2 skill points after everything? After
2 extra after roll and trope. Yep.
I want to give myself flirt, but I feel like I don't know about that. I don't know if I'd be flirting. I want to be like, I don't know if speech would give me what I'm looking for already. I guess I need to look at what the skill points actually mean.
Yeah, we can look at the difference between them. Let me pull up those. All right. Yeah, there's the tropes. Feats. Where does it actually list these?
What I'm looking for.
Beginning here. Tropes? No. Huh.
I'm not seeing it in the. I'm looking in the table of contents. I'm not seeing it there.
Let me see. Just typed in the word skills. Oh, wait, here.
What page is it on if you see it?
Oh, yeah, it's right after tropes. Page 47.
Oh, here we go.
PDF.
Yeah, I see now.
So here's the 4 stats and their accompanying skills. You can have like when I ask you to make a roll, it can be something different than this. Like you can do smooth and detect, or nerves and leadership. Like if it makes sense, you can mix and match them. But usually it's going to be brawn and fight, right? So brawn, you use brawn for all actions that require physical effort. The skills under there are endure. You can use that to handle pain, keep going despite exhaustion, hold your liquor. Fight enemies barehanded or in close quarters. Force, hoist, push, pull, or break things. And stunt, jump or run recklessly and dodge bullet, otherwise known as the Tom Cruise skill. For nerves, you need nerves of steel for actions that require quick reflexes and steady hands. Cool, keep your cool, hold still or show courage. Drive a car or bike, pilot a plane or helicopter. Shoot with pistols and rifles, throw objects with precision. And survival, find your bearings in the wilds, improvise weapons or shelter, hunt your dinner. Then you have smooth, you show off how smooth you are whenever you have to interact with other people or want to manipulate them. Flirt, seduce someone or use your charm. Leadership, inspire, give orders or intimidate people. Speech, persuade or deceive someone or carry out negotiations. Or style, show style and elegance, clean up nice, or prove your artistic talent. Focus, you'll need focus to concentrate, to notice details, and to recall memories and knowledge. This will be the Jordan skill, or the Jordan attribute. Detect, find clues and intel, notice details, sniff out lies. Heal, give first aid or comfort someone. Fix a computer or car, turn off the security system or hack into a server. And know, remember information you learned, recall details and other useful knowledge. Oh, and then crime. Sorry, there's one more. Your aptitude for crime will come in handy when acting in secret or to notice incoming threats. Awareness, keep your eyes and ears open, notice incoming threats. Dexterity, performing sleight of hand, steal something, pick a lock. Stealth, hide, sneak, or move quietly. And streetwise, interact with criminals, recall information useful for moving in seedy neighborhoods or dealing with organized crime. There you go.
I picked from extra ones fix and know because I have a thing that lets me roll on no instead of other things, and I figured that'd be useful.
Yep. A staple of all role-playing games like this, being able to roll something for something else instead. Then you get some gear depending on your roll, and then you can mark one adrenaline, one spotlight, and one cash on your character sheet.
This character sheet's so big.
Yeah, I know.
I was zoomed. No, I wasn't zoomed in.
It was very recently created by a fan, and I think it has some kinks to work out.
I can mark what again?
1 adrenaline, 1 spotlight, and 1 cash.
So
you should also put 1 in your death roulette if you don't have it already.
Adrenaline, spotlight, and okay, there's cash.
Yeah, there's cash. Adrenaline is right at the top
there,
and spotlight is right at the top as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's 3. I only need 1. Yeah, it needs to be more vertical, less horizontal.
Yeah. I can probably give the guy some notes on this sheet once we play it.
Like I feel like if the left side left side and the right side were different tabs, that would be
that would work pretty well.
Better.
Real quick, let's talk about your resources that you have on your character sheet. So your grit represents your ability to shake off wounds and stress. It's what allows you to keep standing back up after every failure. On your hero sheet, you'll find 12 empty boxes that represent your grit. Whenever you lose some grit, you must fill in some of those boxes. And then you have the conditions there that you can track as well. Does it have those listed or...
Hurt, nervous, foolish, distracted, scared?
Yeah, there they are. Yeah, so those will do different things. I wonder if they do them automatically, but it will give you certain minuses and things. We'll see if it does it automatically or if we have to put it in. And then adrenaline and spotlight. Adrenaline is the fuel that keeps your heroic heart beating, allowing you to take incredible and extraordinary actions. You begin the game with 1 adrenaline and can always spend it to gain +1 die to a roll which you deem important, or to use it to activate some of your feats. Spotlights are an even more precious resource that allows you to get everyone's attention by accomplishing feats worthy of an action movie hero. You begin the game with 1 spotlight, and you can spend it to gain a success without rolling dice in many circumstances, to remove a condition, or to save one of your friends when they're about to meet their bitter end. You also have the Death Roulette. The Death Roulette is a metaphorical cylinder that contains up to 6 lethal bullets. You begin the game with 1. Josh gets 2 because he's old, and you gain another whenever you take a spin on the Death Roulette to save your bacon. The more bullets there are in your cylinder, the harder it will be for you to keep avoiding a dramatic departure from the scene. So, as you can imagine, whenever you would die in a scene, you spin the Death Roulette, and if it gets one of the actual bullets, then you do die, right?
Oh, so we can still die in this game.
Yes, there are ways to come back. Like it's technically, it's according to movie rules of death, right? It's like, oh no, they fell off the airplane. Oh, they should be dead, but somehow they come back at the last moment. That is a possibility in the game. But yeah, there you go. That's the basics of it. And then cash and gear.
Oh, gear! I forgot gear again.
I believe that can give you dice to things as well. And obviously it's fictional positioning, right? You can't shoot someone if you don't have a gun. So on and so forth. But yeah, those are the basics. Everybody have everything filled out for the most part?
I think so.
Almost.
Okay.
So I need to mark 1 adrenaline. Okay, there it is. Adrenaline. Adrenaline.
A pencil is in my gear.
Oh, nice.
That feels like a very simple piece of gear.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you guys work for the Special Projects Office, right? You are special agents. It's a fictional U.S. covert action agency built for problems that kind of fall between things, right? So they fall between military, intelligence, law enforcement, and civilian authority. It exists because the official world has seams, and dangerous people know how to hide inside those seams. It's small by design. It's not a public law enforcement agency. It is an office used when a problem is too sensitive for ordinary investigators, too fast-moving for bureaucracy, and too politically dangerous for anyone to be officially responsible for. Its field teams are assembled usually from former military personnel, intelligence operators, federal investigators, technical specialists, analysts, linguists, and any other number of important people who have very specialized skills. The idea here is that you're going to be working for the Special Projects Office, and you will have access to resources given by them. You will have contacts and things provided by them, but officially you are kind of in between everything, right? So you can't just you're not in a chain of command, so you can't tell a Navy officer what to do. You can't get people, official government agencies, to stop doing something. You are an important person, and you can usually convince people that you're on an important mission, but you're also kind of suspicious as a result of being this kind of in-between thing. You're often someone who other people blame for things going wrong, even if it's not your fault. But that's just the life, that's the life of being kind of like a officially under the radar sort of agent who the government tasks with doing special things that nobody else can do. And in particular, you are finishing a job in the Seattle Bremerton area on the Pacific coast. You are in particular tracking down a group of people who, let me find my notes here. You're tracking a group of like burglars currently. So it normally would be the sort of thing that the police or someone would deal with, but the SPO has reason to believe that this is something bigger or at least far more organized than a normal like group of organized robbers. Basically what they've been doing is they have been posing as utility workers, municipal service crews, and emergency response personnel to gain access to homes, offices, and workplaces. They use that pretend persona to steal things from places, right? So they come into your house and say, hey, we're there's a fire, the fire alarm went off, we got to evacuate everybody and then steal a bunch of stuff while we're in here. This has been, a problem the city has had to deal with, and it has been unclear how they've been doing it or where they got this stuff. You guys are following a lead. A van was seen going into this neighborhood, and you think you have a reasonable suspicion as to which one of these warehouses in the dock district here is holding these group of burglars. And again, you have reason to believe that there is something bigger going on here. But your job today is just to do a raid on the place, right? You bust in, take these criminals down, and bring them in for questioning so you can figure out what's been going on with all of this stuff. Hopefully you can gather some evidence on them, right? This kind of stuff that they've been using to pretend to be emergency personnel people. But yeah, that's where we find you guys kind of crouched at nighttime in kind of a rainy on a rainy night in Seattle, right? We see you guys crouched near a warehouse.
Clearly we're in a van, though.
Yeah, you could be in a van. Yep. And you are preparing yourselves to go in, right? Preparing yourselves to go into the warehouse and take these guys down. You see, right, rain falls on the hood of your vehicle as the warehouse comes into view beyond the fence. You see its loading doors are still like half open. There's like a dirty yellow light coming from the warehouse kind of across the service yard that's in front of it. And through the gaps, you can see men moving. You can see crates that they're dragging toward a van. And you also start to see papers being fed into a steel drum. They're shoving these papers into there. And someone like grabs some gasoline and pours it on the papers, and they're like lighting a match. You see some magnetic decals being stripped from a white utility truck. You can see like you've just arrived and you are like observing the place, and you can see that they are preparing to destroy this evidence, right? So, time is of the essence. The time to move is now. What's your plan?
What is?
You're not sure how they found out that they're being tailed or whatever, but
what is the hacking skill then?
That is a good question. Let me pull that up again. Attributes. I imagine it would typically be.
Because how do we do things? Do we roll skills?
Yes. So whenever you roll, you're going to be rolling a stat plus or an attribute plus a skill. And like the ratings in both of those are the amount of dice you'll be rolling.
So that is
D6s.
That's fix. I just found it. It's called fix, but that's how you hack into a server.
I believe it's fix. Yeah, that sounds right.
I think what I will start doing is I'm going to hack into their security system, hack into their cameras, and record all of this that they're destroying.
Yeah.
That it still is there.
Try to record it. Yeah.
How do I do this now? Do I just click fix?
Yeah. So what you're doing right now would be an action roll, and typically action rolls. If I can actually pull this up here. Action rolls is when a character takes the initiative and does something that they want to do, right? There's also reaction rolls, which are when I tell you that something's about to happen to you, then you have to react to it. But yes, you right now you're kind of taking an action and attempting to accomplish this.
I think
You're making a dice pool, right? So I think you can click on fix on this character sheet, and I believe it should bring up what attribute you want to do it with.
It just says modifiers.
No modifiers, I believe, here, unless you have like gear or.
I mean, I have my portable computer. That's what I was planning on using. So does that give me a modifier of 1?
I think so. I don't remember exactly what the rules are for that, but that seems reasonable.
I'm just guessing.
Yep.
So if it's different, I'll click submit.
Okay, I think it automatically did. It automatically did the attribute that it's tied to. We'll just have to keep that in mind if we want to do something different than that. Yeah, because it's what, like 3? Yeah, that seems right. Okay, so yeah, you got 4 of a kind. 4 of a kind with those 4s there. And again, it doesn't. I think the only number that actually matters by itself is a 1. So some things that can there can be bad things that happen if you get 1s. But with all 4s there, I believe that's an extreme success. Is that correct, Josh?
It says extreme on the thing.
Oh yeah, nice, perfect. It tallies it for you. Oh, that's so nice. I love Roll20 character sheets when they work. Yes, so an extreme action is a truly demanding action or reaction, like picking the lock of a secure vault, shooting a speeding target at night in the pouring rain, persuading a sworn enemy to cooperate. So you've definitely, usually what I'll do is I don't necessarily have to set the difficulty beforehand. I can set the difficulty after the fact. But a lot of the times I'll just tell you, you need X kind of success to succeed on that thing you want to try. But yes, a extreme success seems like it's all you need.
So I imagine this is the kind of thing. One of the other guys is like, they're destroying everything. There's like, guys, I got this. I've already got I hacked in their camera system an hour ago. We've got it all saved. We got it all saved, baby.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So we see this Seth Green character in the van, right? Like, just kind of like maybe lounging back, right? Like, I already did this, right?
I imagine in the movie version of it, first you just see the 2 in the front, and then they look over and they see him already in the back, just like sitting there, hacking their system with the computer set up.
And I think you all,
Is there any incriminating things that we can see happening just in front of us right now? That maybe cameras.
You certainly can. You see them like they're moving supplies in big crates to a van of theirs in the yard here. They are stuffing paper into a big like steel drum and trying to light it on fire.
License plate of the van?
They stripped off the license plate. It seems like they've been smart about that. Yeah, they either are hiding it or have just taken it off.
Okay.
Yep. So, but real quick, I think we see Lyle do that, and maybe we'll pan over to Justin and Brian in a second here. But we do also hear in everybody's earpiece, your handler, Pierce. Let's see if I can remember what his last name is. Graham. Yeah. So this Brosnan. His first name is Graham. So Graham Pierce. Director Pierce or whatever you want to call him. He talks in your ear as soon as you say that, Lyle, and he basically says, I can find, sorting through all of these documents I have, he says, "Good work, Gold Lewis. This is the place. The local police are still arguing about jurisdiction, but I suppose if you have evidence already, we can just pass it on to them and they can deal with it. But it would be good to get some, even if we have evidence on them, if we can't find them, or if we can't bring them in, we still won't have much. They've been pretty elusive. So go ahead and get in there and take them down. At least capture some of them if you can. They've been slipping through the cracks." Yeah, so you hear that in your earpiece.
I want to take pictures of the people who are going into the van and carrying stuff in and out.
Yeah, we can say they're doing that, right?
I was gonna say we already we have the security camera footage. Doesn't that do it? Or I guess this is 2003. It'd be a little low res.
It's pretty bad CCTV that we're looking at here. But yeah, I think it makes sense to have double evidence, right? But I don't think you need to make your roll
just
for
double
that.
evidence. This is like I'm getting faces and able to figure out who people are.
Okay, yeah. If you're being
also,
specific about
being able to track down the van in case they get away.
Sure, of course. Yeah, that sounds like a roll to me. So we pan over to Justin, and Justin, what do you look like? Obviously, we know Lyle looks like Seth Green, but
I've got the classic Caleb Powers 5 o'clock shadow.
very good. The classic.
The classic. And I think I'm wearing like the white shirt and like the coverall kind of look. You know what I'm talking about? Where I have like, I could have the jacket over, but I'm just kind of lounging a little bit. And I've got that off. Got my sleeves rolled up. Got my cuffs rolled up. And I think I have the detective hat. Come on.
Sure. Yeah.
So kind of a slender figure.
Yeah, and you're like, crouched down, taking pictures. Are you trying to like take pictures through the window of the van, basically?
If I can get good enough pictures in the van, then I do. Otherwise, I'll sneak out and try to get closer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense that you'd probably want to sneak over and get closer. Let me take a look at the attributes real quick. There you go. I think this is, what is it? Awareness? No. Probably detect. Right? You're trying to find the right things to take pictures of.
Okay.
But let's go ahead and have you roll with crime. Is there a big difference between your crime and your focus?
There's a difference of 1.
Difference of 1. Okay, so go ahead and factor when you factor in your modifiers, put -1 or +1, whatever the difference is there. If you're doing crime, because I think it's automatically going to assume focus. I don't think it gives you an option, but
since I'm using my camera, do I also get a +1?
I believe so. Yeah.
So should I just roll focus and straight then?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yep. Yep. So you would just be able to click on detect, and I think it would roll it correctly.
Detect. Come on.
All right. I mean, you still got 3 of a kind and 2 of a kind, so you have a basic and a critical, right? So a basic success is like a simple thing that you're doing. A critical success is usually what you need to accomplish, the sort of things action movie heroes need to do. So I would imagine that a basic success is all you're needing to kind of crouch, get out of the van and not be spotted. And then you can use that critical success to take the right pictures, right? So we see you crouching in the rain. With your, what kind of camera is it? I assume like a good camera that will take good pictures.
It's like early 2000s ish is kind of what we're going with.
Yep.
So I imagine it's like a pretty high end, maybe like experimental and hasn't quite been released yet DSLR.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, they had good cameras in 2003.
They did.
Yeah.
But definitely digital. I expect it to be a digital camera, not a film.
That sounds likely.
Something like
cool.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So we see you crouching in the rain, and you're hearing this in your ear, right? Do you say anything to Pierce, to your handler, while you're crouching and getting these pictures?
Yeah, very carefully. And quietly, I'll say, don't worry, I'm on the case. Even if they get away, we'll be able to find them again.
I wouldn't be so sure of that, Pierce says in your ear. They've been notoriously slippery. I think we need to bring them in now. Looks like they're heading out. From what I can see from what I can see from the security footage that's being sent in, it looks like they're getting ready to leave. I don't know what tipped them off, but Brian, he's just expecting you're the one who's going to be going in, or whatever your last name is. He probably wouldn't call you Brian.
What year are we thinking this is?
2003, I think.
Yeah.
2003.
Yeah. So post Patriot Act, but pre smartphones.
I believe that's back again. No. I think
the year Return of the King comes out.
It's not back again. It's
the best movie of all time. Honestly, life peaked at that point, and then it's been downhill ever since.
My gosh, Caleb. Glad to know where we rank.
Yep.
By God. I believe that was by God.
What?
I assume there's an album he's talking about.
No, it is back again. Dang it. I was right the first time. I shouldn't have.
What are you talking about, Jordan?
Disciple albums.
Yeah.
We should have guessed.
I qualify the early 2000s by Disciple albums and Halo games.
Yep. And I do it by Lord of the Rings movies.
Really, it's video games and music albums. Those are the two things that I relate years to.
Yep. 2003 is also the year that Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 came out. That's a pretty good year.
Oh.
That I will give you.
Brian, how do you pronounce your last name?
Braun.
Braun. Okay, Brian Braun.
Brian Braun.
Yeah, so he probably just says, Braun, you're up.
Brian over Braun.
I think Brian says, exactly how long do you want us to delay these folks?
Delay? I want you to take them down. Looks like they're getting ready to leave. Don't let them escape.
Right. Give me a second. And I think he swings his legs out of the back of the whatever car we're in.
Yep.
And steps out and puts aside a cup of tea that he's been drinking.
Okay.
And then he looks back and he's got those old fashioned sugar cubes and he grabs a handful of those and tucks them in a pocket and then just starts shuffling towards the gate or whatever's in between us.
Yeah, you see a fence around the warehouse, right? And there's kind of a service yard out in front of the warehouse. The doors are open in the warehouse, and then there's a van parked right outside the big loading doors with its lights on. It's ready to go. You see that they were taking off a decal and putting on another one, and grabbing these crates and putting them in there. Yeah, and you can see from inside, where the light is, some people getting rid of evidence and cleaning up the place, basically, right?
Do you need any of these whippersnappers alive?
Preferably one of them at least, so they can talk. But I suppose what the city needs is for this problem to go away. So you do you, Braun. Just know that the secretary will officially disavow all of your actions.
Secretary can.
You sound like my wife. Yeah, and so I think he just steps forward, and I think you see him running through several plans in his head, and then eventually just stuff it, I'm too old for this hoo-ha, and just unslings an assault rifle and just starts taking pot shots from a distance.
Okay.
At the people, probably at the people destroying the evidence first. So that
So we just see you bring up this assault rifle and just as the bullets start ripping in through the loading doors, and you hit a guy who I think he had just had a lighter in his hand, right? And he slumps over as he's been shot in the back with a assault rifle. But yeah, what's your intention here exactly? What you just want to take as many of them down as quickly as possible before they react?
I think he's doing it. So my assault rifle has accurate. So if I aim first, I get a bonus die. Nice. So I think that's something he does. He thinks this through, just starts lining up, and then instead of going brah and just going full auto, I think he just takes semi-automatic shot, picking them off one by one, very casually.
Nice. Yeah, sounds good. Let's have you go ahead and roll. Shoot, whatever that one is.
Nervous shoot.
Yep.
And then I get one for aiming and one for the range I'm at, because I'm assuming I'm not in melee.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably a critical success is what we need here. All right, 2 basics, but not 3. Do you have anything you want to do? Do you have a reroll?
I've got marksman, so I get a free reroll when using my rifle.
Yeah, do it. So as a reminder, normally... Oh, perfect. There you go. Yep, so you get... you have 2 and a critical. Wow, that was a good roll. That was a really good roll. So you have 2 basics, right? So you can move, you can pick up an object, you can do any sort of basic thing you want to do there, if you have anything else in mind, and then you can start taking these guys out with that critical success.
Real quick, Caleb, how exactly do rerolls work? That's one thing I was wondering earlier.
Yeah, so basically you're rerolling all of the dice that aren't in a pair, like, or in a string, right? That don't match already. And normally, if you don't have a free reroll, what you're doing is you're taking a chance, right? You're rerolling and hoping that you get another die that matches one of the ones you already have. If you don't, then you lose a success, I believe. I don't remember exactly how that shakes out.
Yeah, basically, unless if you don't have a free reroll, then you have to at least have a basic success to risk.
Right. And basically, you're wagering your existing success to try to get another one, and you'll lose it if you fail.
So,
right?
so you do roll everything.
You're re-rolling the dice
that's not matched.
That doesn't match already.
Okay.
But if you don't get another match, then you're losing the success usually.
Okay.
So for instance, for my shoot just then, I was re-rolling the 3, the 5, and the 6.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what I was re-rolling.
But you had to get another mat. You had to get another pair, or else it didn't work. Is that what you're saying?
Only if you don't have a free reroll.
Because I have a free reroll, that I'm not actually risking anything.
Okay.
To do it. But if I didn't have that free reroll, then I would be rolling that 3, 5, and 6. And if I didn't get another pair or something that matched my existing 1s or 4s, then I would lose one of my basic successes, and I would now only get one basic.
I was asking because I also have the ability. I also have things for free rerolls, so I was wondering what those
free rerolls. That's why you want to spend them all the time, is because you're not risking anything, right? You just get it. For free.
Gotcha. Okay, I understand now. Gotcha.
Yeah, and then if you basically, if you still have something to risk after that, or you have matched but it's still not quite good enough, you can go all in, which means you risk any successes you have. Basically, it's a all or nothing.
Well, on that note, I technically could have done 2 free rerolls on the thing I did earlier, but I don't think it matters because I did well enough. Because I get it. Because I get.
Oh yeah.
Is that how that works? Because I got.
Sorry. What?
I have a free reroll for when I'm trying to hack a system.
Yep.
But I also have a free reroll when I'm trying to steal something from somebody. Because of my pickpocket. But I don't know if that technically counts. If I'm trying to, I don't think I can pickpocket security footage.
I think it was more the hacking part. But I mean, you could have done it. You didn't need to, but technically you always kind of should, because it won't.
Okay, that's what I'm curious about. Yep. I don't know if that would have affected the outcome, because I pretty much got exactly what we needed.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool.
Yeah, because you can always use bonus successes for bonus effects. So, for instance, all I needed was the critical to do some damage, but I can use those 2 basics. I'll use one of them to reach partial cover, so to get a bonus dice on my defense if they shoot back. And then, like, am I near any of their crates or anything, or like what?
No, so I think you would have to be like outside the fence there, basically. You maybe found a point in the fence where it was like ripped open or something, and you know, or like you had an opening somewhere, and then you started taking pot shots at them. But yeah, technically there's like a fence in the way, and you'd have to like climb over it or something. There's like barbed wire on the top. Yeah, it's a whole thing. There's a gate that it's not. I don't think it's open yet, but it's kind of like directly in the path of where the van is going to be going.
Mm-hmm.
I do imagine as this is happening. What's the guy's name again? Our handler,
Pierce.
I just imagine I put my finger to my earpiece. Pierce, do you want this recorded too?
He's like, I might actually have you delete this part.
Can do. Where's a place where you can write that down? Actually, mission.
Write what down?
Who our handler's name is?
Oh, good question. I don't know if there is notes.
I think there's contacts and clues, maybe.
Yeah, there might be a space for that. Yeah, I don't see a place in your character, but you
I'll do contacts and clues.
Mission. Yeah, that makes sense. Contacts
handler
and clues makes sense.
Pierce
on the mission part of the sheet. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so we just see Braun bring up his assault rifle and then you got into partial cover somewhere. You have a good shot on them and you start picking them off. Mostly, the guys who are like destroying evidence from inside. Do you have anything else you want to describe there?
I think that's it for the moment. I think he looks over at the car and like will like actually pull out one of the sugar cubes and like put it in his mouth to suck on, but he doesn't do it.
You just see this, you're sucking on Azure. Right. Yeah. Sweet. And I think as soon as you start firing, right, the people inside seem to like instantly react, probably more so than a group of like burglars should, or a group of like common criminals, which, you know, is confirming your suspicion that there's something more happening here. They immediately take cover, call for positions, and then the people who were like loading into the van like jump into the back and close the thing, and then like we see the van, just like whoever's in the seat of the van already, like already in the driver's seat, just like immediately shifts it into gear and just starts revving out.
As soon as I start hearing the gunshots, as soon as the shots go off, Justin goes, we're going loud. We're going loud, eh? I was trying to avoid the A, but you know. We're going loud, eh? I pull out my pistol and I want to shoot the tires of the van.
Okay, yeah. So we see you, jump up from your spot that you were taking pictures, and as it's pulling out of the yard, and it seems like it's just going to ram the gate, right, without caring that it's going to just break the vents. You can try to take a shot through the fence and try to pop its tires.
Pop its tires, or if I can, if I'm going to go for the tires, I also want to take a couple shots at the driver.
Let's do this real quick. I think we've entered like an actual fight of some sort. Let me double check what that is. Yeah, here we go. Fight. So for when you enter a combat, there are two alternating turns. You have an action turn, where heroes are free to take any action they want and make the relevant action rolls. Additionally, all heroes can also take a quick action for free. And then there's the reaction turn. The director states the enemy's actions, and all heroes must defend themselves with a reaction roll. So action turns and reaction turns will keep alternating until the heroes manage to defeat the enemies, until the opposite happens, or until combat is interrupted. So I think Braun got that shot against them for free, right? You took out some of the guys who were like trying to clean up. And then we start a fight with the remaining goons here. And we'll go ahead and have everybody take an action roll, right? So you can go ahead and start there, Justin, by trying to take out the wheels of the van. It sounds like you're just doing nerve shoot.
Yeah.
And I think probably, let's see. I think you'll need 2 criticals to do it. So it's a double difficulty. Which is also a thing you can do. Basically, I just decide what is the difficulty based on any number of various factors, and it can be 1 extreme or 2 criticals or 3 basics or whatever. But technically, one rule to remember there is 3 of one kind of success equals 1 of the next level up kind of success, and vice versa. So 1 critical means 3 basics. 3 basics means 1 critical, so on and so forth.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm thinking 2 criticals you need. Because you do have a pistol, and it's dark, and it's raining, and they're driving fast. All right, so you got 1 basic success there. Again, do you have something you can use to reroll for free?
Nope.
Well, as it stands, you can move closer, right? You can do something kind of basic here, but you can't actually shoot out the tire.
Because it is the action phase, you aren't risking too much by gambling on that.
Yeah, you won't. Nothing bad will happen to you, really.
There is another type of fight where your rolls are dangerous, in which case, like, there isn't this one turn then the other turn. It's more like if you roll under what you need, then you take damage. But this version is the.
So right now it would be okay to go all in.
Yeah.
But you can just go reroll if you want.
Oh,
yeah, reroll is probably the better choice. You do already have 1 basic, right?
Okay.
You're hoping just for more 4s, really. Yeah, so same situation, right? It just makes it like you try to react fast, but like again, they are reacting far quicker than you expected them to, or that far quicker than they should. Even it seems like as soon as the first shot goes off, the back doors of the van are closing, and they're already peeling out. So yeah, that's what you do, Justin. You try to take some shots at the van as it's fleeing, and it just was revving towards the gate. Seth, Josh, what are your guys' actions?
Can I? So for I do have a basic success, right?
Well, I think you've wagered that basic success
and
forfeited it, right? You do have a quick action that you can take, I think, for free. You can grab or toss an object, reload a weapon, reach an enemy who's in close range, take another quick or easy action.
Yeah, I'll just put another shot in my magazine.
Okay, yeah, just reload.
Yeah, just reload the couple bullets that I shot.
Yep. All right, sounds good. Seth, Josh, what are your characters doing during the action turn here?
I'm trying to think of something I could do. Because, like, I don't have weapons.
Yep.
Is it an electronic gate?
No, it's rather simple. Yeah, just a regular kind of barbed wire fence gate.
I guess. An action would be okay. I'm gonna try and hack into the state security cameras so I can track them as they are running, so they don't get away. So they can't get away.
So track the van.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Could I use no? Because I have the outsmart, make an action or reaction roll of any kind using no instead of the required skill.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I think the other one would be like something else. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd probably be fix, I'm thinking, but
fix. Honestly, fix or no, either way, it's the same exact number. So I'll just do.
Yeah, so just quickly, because Outsmart has the little lightning bolt next to it, you actually have to spend an adrenaline to use that.
Oh, okay. I did not know that's what that meant. In that case, I will just use fix then.
Just use fix, yeah.
Okay. And I will use one modifier because I'm trying to use my portable computer to do so.
Sure.
2 basics and a critical.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine. Honestly, the one critical is pretty much all you needed. You just start tracking it on the CCTV cameras or whatever that are nearby.
Can I reroll hacker just for the heck of it? Or would it actually could it do anything? Because I got matches with everything.
Oh, yeah. It's not even giving you an option to do it. Because
I can't even have
it's impossible, option. Right? Yeah. Yep, you've already gotten everything you need. Yep, I mean, you can still do. You can take some basic actions if you want to. Again, like basic stuff like doing. What did it say here? Sorry. Basic. I'm having to flip through this. Yeah, quick action, right? Grab or throw an item, reload a weapon, reach partial cover, do something quick and easy.
Quick and easy, I take a bite of a candy bar.
It sounds good.
I don't know.
Just sit back and you're just relaxing, right? Like you're letting your friends do all the shooting.
They get their hands dirty.
They get the glory.
I get my hands dirty with chocolate.
Yep. Sounds good. So I think you just start seeing on your laptop. We start seeing like it filter through these various cameras as in the warehouse district as it goes away.
And since this is make believe action movie, it also has a little program on my. There's a little program that looks like a proto Google Maps that's tracking where exactly they are given the camera footage.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Because that's how these movies work.
Of course.
Is there anything like heavy like near me?
Heavy in what way?
Like I don't know, like a heavy box or a crate or a barrel that's actually filled with something, or
if you're on the outside of the fence, I don't think so. There's like a light pole and other stuff like that are stationary, but I don't know if there's like something loose that you could like lift up.
This is an action movie without exploding barrels.
Well, there's something in the warehouse, but you're outside.
If I could like shove it in front of a tire to like tip them on its side or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we see on like the warehouse, like Harbor Gate Storage is like what the name of the place is. Some sort of storage facility that they've commandeered.
I guess I'll just try and do what Jordan was trying to do and shoot out the tires on one side.
Sounds good. Yeah, once you see Justin do that, you like bring your assault rifle down, and you're gonna have a better chance of doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we see you just like take a few long strides towards the road leading out of the facilities of the warehouse district, and you like aim a shot as the van is driving down.
Yep. I didn't aim, so it's just the one modifier this time for range.
Okay. Hey, nice. One extreme.
Nice.
I think it's good enough with an assault rifle.
I'll do the free reroll anyway.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so nothing additional. Yeah. Yeah. So that counts as 3 criticals. So that should do it with 1 spare critical.
Exactly. Yeah. So we see you just like perfectly aim and pop one of the tires, and it starts rolling flat on and they're trying to still get away as best they can with the flat tire, but I assume you like pop another one, and then like the whole back end of the van just starts dragging along the ground, and probably at that point we see the guys like jump out and then like flee.
How distant are they from me? Like, are they still through that gate? Or
I would say like a building or so down.
Mm-hmm.
Like the people
is there anything in between us that is actually an obstacle? Or
I don't think so. No, it's just kind of like a gravel road.
Or like I think I'll just like basically run up, use my extra critical to like get close to them.
Sure. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you just like rush after them, and they seem to be scattering in all directions. Right, the people in the back of the van jump out and just like scatter, and then the driver runs forward, like down the road more. And they try to like disappear into the various other abandoned buildings around the side here. One of them tries to jump a fence and so on. But yeah, we'll see what you can do about that next time. I think in terms of reaction rolls here, I think what's going to happen is the people in the warehouse and stuff have like taken cover. I think Justin, you're going to have some guys take out some assault rifles as well and fire on you from where your position. I mean, it was a good position to take pictures in, which means it's also a good position to get shot in, right? Once they notice you, so they're starting to fire at you pretty accurately too, right? You're going to need, if I can remember correctly, I believe it has to do with what their template says here. What you need to roll to defend. Let's see. Yes, you're gonna need 2 criticals to defend against. No, sorry, 1 critical to defend against this. Wait, how does this work? Wait, if it says attack 2 critical, I think we got tripped up on this last time, Josh. When it says on the template attack 2 critical and defense critical, does that mean defense and attack for them, or like?
1 second.
Let me see if it says somewhere here. I think I found it. The attack score of an enemy represents the difficulty of reaction rolls that heroes will make when dodging their attacks. Okay, I see. It's their attack and their defense. So, in which case, you need 2 criticals, Jordan, to not get hurt by their gunfire.
Do you decide what we're all doing first, Caleb? Because we actually can share successes on our reaction turns.
Okay. As in, like, I should tell you everything that you have to react to.
What skills we're all using.
So. Yep, that makes sense. So yeah, Justin, you're going to have to. I mean, I assume you're trying to like dodge out of the way or whatever, right? Or like get into cover. Let's see what makes sense here. Yeah, I'm thinking you are going to have to. Where's this? Right. And typically reaction rolls like I'm telling you, right? You're not deciding for yourself. Yeah, I'm thinking nerves cool is what you're rolling, Justin, here, to just keep your cool under fire, right? And then Brian, they're also going to be taking pot shots at you as they run away, right? And probably a similar thing. Though you could, it probably would also make sense to do stunt. Yeah, you know what? What makes the most sense here? I'm thinking brawn. No,
I think it does list some of the ones for like certain types of defense.
Yeah.
And I think brawn stunt is the one for being shot at.
That's typically what it is. That makes sense. I think for both of you, it just makes sense to just do brawn stunt. Right, you just gotta get out of the way of bullet fire, which is the thing you can actually do in movies. And then Lyle, I think. I'm
trying to think too, because I'm still in the van.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think if there is anything that is you're gonna have to deal with. Wait. Reaction. Oh yeah, here you go. Yeah, let's do nerves and awareness. I think some of the guys in the warehouse are doubling back around and have noticed the van and are trying to surround it. So yeah, nerves and awareness for you. So yeah, you guys can all make those rolls, and then if you guys get successes extra, you can use them to help each other.
Wait, nerves awareness. How do I do
awareness?
How do I do that?
If it's separate, just look at the difference between the two attributes and add +1 or -1 to the modifier.
So my nerves is 2 and my awareness is 1, so it's a -1 on nerves. Is that how that works?
You're going to be rolling awareness. And
is your crime the same?
Your crime is the same as your nerves, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, so just roll awareness.
Yep.
Does the computer help at all with this at all? I don't think so.
Well, you've changed the camera angle to follow the van, right? So you aren't looking at the warehouse anymore, I think.
So 0.
Oof.
It's not good.
And again, the failure here, I don't think means you're getting shot at yet, but it does mean they've surrounded the van and they're going to break open the van, right?
But then they could use their successes to get them away from the van.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, so go ahead and roll the other two of you. And we can see what everybody gets. Okay, 2 basics for you.
Bad.
And 1 basic for you. And again, none of this would mean that you're gonna die or whatever. It's just gonna mean you probably take some grit.
Can I use? So I've got military background, so I get a free reroll for everything to do with knowledge, strategy, and training. Would this count as military for that purpose of reroll?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine with me.
Evading gunfire.
Evading gunfire. Yeah.
Is it worth me rerolling since I don't have any successes anyway?
You can't unless you've got a free reroll. You can't. So
yeah,
it has a reroll listed underneath.
Well, yeah, but it's if you had a free reroll.
It can't tell. It can't tell what you have free rerolls on.
I have a reroll when stealing, when hacking, or the using no instead of the required skill. But I don't. That you said I would have to use adrenaline for that.
Yep.
Was that worth it in this case? I'm guessing no.
I feel like you've already made the roll though too, right?
Okay.
I think that's the thing you had to do in advance.
Well, it's a free. I thought it was. That's not a reroll.
I think it's for the no one. I think it's you do a different roll.
Oh yeah, sorry, that wasn't a reroll one. Never mind.
I'm trying to think. Because it's basically the difference of 1 damage to me. So I think I will go all in on the stunt.
Cool. Yeah, go for it. You lost all your successes. All All right, cool. And then that means if I can find where damage is and stuff. Where does it actually talk about grit and stuff? And how does that work? Oh wait, here we go. I think I found it. Okay, so the difference between a normal roll and a dangerous roll is that if you fail a dangerous roll, you don't face the usual consequences for failure. Instead, you blah 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 blah. Yes, okay. Depending on the difficulty, okay. So, I think that means with 2 criticals, that's 6 grit. If you didn't get it, correct? Because it's two criticals.
Yep.
Yeah. So you would fill in an equal number of grit boxes on your hero sheet. So that would be 6 for everybody. Now, it doesn't matter if you got like less successes than that. It's just like if you didn't make it, then you get that amount of grit taken off, right?
So you
can use smaller successes to do damage control. Okay. For every basic success you score, you can avoid losing 1 grit, and for every critical success, you can avoid losing 3 grit. Okay. So in which case, if we go back to you're a Lyle, the difficulty here is just like you're now surrounded, right? But for you, Justin, you take 4. Looks like, because you have 2 basic successes.
So I add 4 blocks to the grit counter?
Grit, yes. Yeah.
Okay. So if I get 4 more, I get a condition.
Yep.
But then if I get 8 more, I get 2 adrenaline?
Yes. But I believe it's like if you get it all filled up, then you have to like roll on the death roulette or whatever as well, or something along those lines.
So yeah, so basically when you hit your hot box, it doesn't matter if there would be overflow of damage, you just stop at your hot box. But then any damage beyond the hot box, you have to roll on death roulette.
Right. So you can just keep going as long as you still have bullets, or you still haven't hit your death roulette, taking damage every time. Okay. Yep. So that'd be 4 for you, and then Seth, you're surrounded. Your character's surrounded, and then Brian, I assume you already marked your grit there. Yep. So that's basically what we see is Justin, you're reloading your gun, and then suddenly, you feel a bullet graze past you, and you have to dodge out of the way of a bunch of fire. And again, like it seems like they're working like a well-oiled military or something, right? Like a bunch of soldiers working together, and they are aiming, getting to cover behind the loading doors and firing at you. The guys who are running away, I think they maybe like Brian, when they run away, they make it seem like they're panicking and running away, and then as soon as you let your guard down and like lower your gun to like sprint after them, that's when they turn and take some shots at you as well. And you have to like react, and you're like, well, okay, these guys are tougher than we thought. And then Lyle, we see you chewing out a candy bar as these the remaining of them are slowly getting around the van,
and he just puts his head into his earpiece. Guys.
Yeah, exactly. Because you finally like filter through the cameras and you notice this. You're like, right. But it's too late at that point, right? They're gonna like break in you'll get a chance to do something now, but they're about to break in the van. So yeah, whoever would like to do an action roll now, go for it.
I have a dumb idea.
I have multiple ideas. One thought is I could try to shoot out the lights and then make it harder for them to see. I also feel like it would be helpful if I I guess I need to talk. I need to interrogate. That's the word. I need to interrogate some people. Get some info. We also need to check that other van. I think I'm probably going to run back towards the van to help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the thing I have to do.
Yeah, you run to help Lyle, and we probably hear on the comms like Pierce say, "What's happening? What's going on?"
Is there like a spotlight on the van?
I have a different idea
Okay.
of something, but I don't know. It's not technically hacking, and it's not something I have. Nerves.
Could he control the vehicle? Could he control
That's exactly
the van?
what I was
thinking. Could he drive
thinking.
the van like an RC car?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I have Nerves drive, and I think part of me is thinking, well, I'll just goes, well, I didn't install this for nothing. Taps away on his computer.
Yeah, and then we hear the van turn on, right? Yeah.
That'd be Nerves, huh?
Yeah, that makes sense. Nerves drive, yeah.
Nerves drive.
Honestly, I don't know if it's Nerves drive. I think it's what's the one with fix and stuff? I think it's focus drive. Yeah.
So this is going to be. I have more focus than Nerves, so that's +1 because of focus and +2 plus another one because of portable computer.
Yep, makes sense to me.
It's 1 critical. I think I get a free reroll because all rolls about computers. Oh wait, gain a free reroll for all rolls about computers. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, go ahead and go for it. But with 1 critical, you do hurt them, right? Like you've. I think we definitely see the
nothing changed.
The van turn on and then go in reverse and hit the people who are about to open the back doors and like get in the van, right? And you just run them over.
And then he says like, "What's going on inside?" Then when he says, "What's going on?" and says like, "I got it." And I start making my way towards the others.
Yeah,
and I'm also controlling the camera so I can see where they are, so I can come like get them.
All right, I'm seeing. I think for one of these, I should be able to mark. Yeah, here we go. Enemies. Writing in a couple things here. All right. Let me check what they can do. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Where is there? They have regrets. There we go. Okay. Let's see. What does that mean then for? It was like what? How many? How does it work for enemies? Is it the same thing? Is like you get do an amount of grit equal to the success that you were trying for? How's that work?
I don't think so. I think it, like from what I remember, it was actually really
1 grit.
like it's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you need to get
extra successes.
Yeah, I mean, if we're fighting against critical people, then yeah, it's going to be really, really rough.
Yeah. Okay.
Some goons first.
Yeah. But. Yeah. I am probably overplaying. What am I trying to say here? I wanted you guys to be surprisingly competent, but they don't need to be this competent. I can bump them down a bit. Let's do that. So go ahead and take some grit back. Let me see whether it should be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll say you only needed 1 critical, which means I think you take, Justin, I think you only took 1 grit instead of 4. Because you had 2 basic successes. And then Brian, you lost him, so it's still 3 for you. Yep.
Oh, and it's only 2 for me, you said?
Yeah, just 2 grit. Yep.
Okay.
Just 1 for you, actually, John. 1.
Yeah. Sorry, you get 2 back. Or sorry, you are taking 2 away from the damage they're doing to you. The damage is now less, so it's only 1 grit you're taking.
So I'll take 1 grit right now.
Yeah, lose 1 grit, but yeah, you're marking 1 box. All right, cool. Yeah, so with that success there, Lyle, you do 1 grit on them, or they lose 1 grit or whatever. And so let's see. These are powerful.
Yeah, so you're actually on that, Jordan.
Okay.
You would have only taken 1 damage as well.
I see.
Anyway, yeah, so you do that, right? And some of them you run those guys over, but there's still like a bunch more, right? So that's what you do on your turn there, Lyle. And then Justin, Brian, what do you guys do? So you're like starting to run over, and then you see this. I got it. Right.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're gonna get out of here soon, which means I need to get somebody that we can take and interrogate. So I want to try to detect. I want to find the guy who's like just in deep enough that he knows. Justin, get it? He's just in deep enough. He's just in deep enough. It's actually my cousin. No, that he knows what's going on here and like why everyone's freaking out, but not in deep enough that he's going to have the grit and determination to not give me the info I need after I interrogate him. You know what I mean? I want him to basically, I want him to be informative and squishy. Because people I don't want him to be so well informed that he would never break down under pressure and I can't get any info from him.
Yeah.
But I want to find somebody that is in deep enough that he has good info for us, but is still going to crack when I press him.
I don't know if that's possible. It's just complete guessing, right? Like, 'cause you don't know enough about these people.
I'm just kind of like guessing on demeanor.
Yeah, but like all you see is just a bunch of people with guns. Yeah. Like if you were able to like observe them for longer or hear them talk to each other, then that's I don't think it's possible given the context you have to do that yet. Like you can go grab someone, but it's going to be luck at that point. What are you going to say, Josh?
Just quickly, Caleb. What was the actual effect of my critical success last turn?
What did you do again? Did you just like shooting them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you did get another grid on them. Sorry. I have a bunch of things that I'm flipping through and trying to keep track of. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
All right, I'm going to go for the guy who's the most easily accessible.
Probably, I mean, from where you are, probably just one of the guys that's trying to get into the van, right?
So I'm probably going to go for...
Yeah, Caleb. So if their defenses are critical, I would have actually done 3 grid on them.
Nice. Okay, perfect.
Because it was an extreme success.
Oh, it was an extreme. You're right.
Because I realized that I could use a critical to like get full cover, and I would have just ignored that last hit. But
right. So let me remember what was happening there. So you were like shooting the van.
I was shooting the tires on the van.
Yes.
So which you said was a 2 critical need. So I would have had 1 left over.
Yes.
And so either you could probably give it a grit on them themselves, for like them being injured. Because otherwise I could have spent it as like get into full cover, and then I would have just ignored that last hit entirely.
Right. That makes sense. So basically 1 more grit. Taken down from them. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So Justin, I would say
I actually have changed my mind. I want to just go for their van.
So the van that he shot the tires from?
Mm-hmm. That everybody ran away from.
Yeah,
I want to go inspect what's inside.
Right. Yeah. What do they what were they putting in there? They were putting like crates and stuff in there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think you can just go over there fine, right? The people who are shooting over there are focusing on Brian, and they're all running off further away from the van at this point. So I think you can get to the van with no problem. Like that's your quick action basically. But yeah, you can try to. I think the issue is. I think the way that I guess they got out of the back. So yeah, go ahead and investigate. Right, do your looking around skill or whatever that is.
Focus, detect.
That sounds right.
Make sure there isn't anything else that's better for this. I think that's right.
Perfect. Yep. So
And I have a free reroll.
Yeah, go for it. Yep.
When looking for clues, following trails, or searching a room.
Yep.
So we will. Oh, that. Pff.
You only had one die to reroll, so it was unlikely. But okay, cool. With a critical success, you're able to very quickly look and see that these are empty. And it's at that point that you hear the revving of another engine on the side of the warehouse, and another van pulls away down a different road on the other side of the warehouse from where you guys are. With your basic success, you can start moving towards it if you would like, but
How far away is it?
so
is it gonna drive past me?
No, it looks like it's trying to drive in the other direction.
Okay.
I'm imagining there's like a road outside of the warehouse that kind of goes to the left and to the right and then curves. Like it'll loop around and eventually end up the same place going out of this district. But yeah, because there's like a bunch of warehouses kind of in a row here.
Can the van drive at all?
The one that he shot both back tires out of? No.
Okay.
But I mean, technically Seth's in a van right now, right? Lyle's in a van. You can just tell Lyle like pull out and like chase after that and I'll jump on.
Yeah, I think that's the plan.
Yeah,
That's the play, right? We've got to have like some sort of like operation name for this sort of thing, right? We have some sort of
a plan, yeah, like a normal routine or a maneuver you do, yeah. Operation RC. Yeah, with your basic success, I'm assuming that you're like saying that and running back towards the warehouse, and then yeah, Lyle on his next action can like try to pull out and follow him. Brian, what do you do?
Was there anything in the van, like IDs or anything that got left behind?
No. It looks like I think with your critical success, it's very obvious to you very quickly. This was a decoy in its entirety. Like every part of it was to. They knew that you were here and observing them, and they were packing a fake van so that you would chase after this van and not see the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, so Brian, what do you want to do? Just shooting these guys that are running away?
I think like hearing the what Jordan's shouting.
Yep.
I think Brian like yells out, want me to kill more of these hoo-has or try and take out that van?
If you could take out that other van, that would be advantageous to everyone involved.
Mm-hmm.
Except for them.
Yeah, I think Brian will like swivel, and my gun's equally good at long range, so
nice.
I'll take a few shots at that other set of tires as well.
Sure. I think because so you have a special thing that is like it's just good at long range.
Yeah, so basically the assault rifle, which was the weapon I chose, gets a bonus at close, medium, and long ranges.
Okay. I'll say for this one, we're looking for a one extreme now because it's further away from you and has already pulled out slightly, and you're on like completely opposite side. But yeah, but you get that die, of course. I think before we were looking at medium range, and now it is long range. But yeah, you'll get the die.
Just nerve shoot, or can I argue for focus shoot? Because I'm trying to be.
Yeah, focus shoot seems fine. What is focus again here? Focus is concentrate. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
Yeah. I get one.
You know what? I'll renege on that only because I think the thing that's the most important here is quick reflexes. Right? It has way more to do with you being quick about it rather than like because I don't think you have a moment to aim and like be careful. Like it's going to very quickly pull around and you won't be able to see it anymore.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, one basic, one critical.
And I'll get my free reroll.
Yep. Any other thing you can do there?
It's not gonna. So I guess like I could spend these to get somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to use those to like, you can try to shoot again at them if you use those to like run after the thing, right?
Yeah, I think I'll spend those to like get in a position where I can get another shot next turn.
Yeah, I'm imagining that probably what you're doing is like you're cutting across the warehouses. Because I'm imagining there's here. Let me just draw it real quick so you can understand what I'm saying. So here's the warehouse. Oh no, that's not going to show up very well.
I'll be right back.
Let me draw a. There's the warehouse. I'm imagining your van was over here. And you were running this way down the road to chase after the van because it went this way, but there's another road that goes around this way and then pulls around, and there's like warehouses here. Total mess of a drawing that I just made, but I think you understand. So basically what I'm saying is I think you can cut through here and try to get them when they're going down the road over there that way.
What part of does that take all those successes, or does it? What part of it does it?
Good question. I think what does the like extra critical actually say for what you usually can do? Extra critical: break through a door, get behind total cover, find a clue, do something that requires moderate effort. Yeah, I think we'll say 1 critical to do that. Probably have to jump.
And I'll also just make sure that I have some cover then.
Yep, that makes sense. You're like in an alley in between 2 warehouses, and you're waiting for the van to pull around. You can fire at it. Sweet. And then I think we're back at reactions. So in which case, I think what's happening is, Lyle, you're obviously in the van, and you've just run over 2 of the guys, but the other guys are going to try to just start firing shots through the side of the van, hoping to like pierce it and hit you. So you'll have to deal with that. I think probably. I'll tell you what. Wait. Again, I have to flip through so many different things here. I think this. Where does it say this? Fight. Oh, here we go. What does it used to say? Yeah, shoot at you. Yep. Okay. I'm thinking that you can probably do, because you're like moving the van, right? If you want to do whatever drive is. Yeah, cool. Nerves drive. I think Nerves drive is fine in this situation.
Pretty sure it's Incubus.
Yeah, you're not actually trying to dodge anything physically, because you're just trying to drive the car in such a way that they won't hit you. That makes sense to you?
Yep.
And then for you, Justin, I think that whatever guys are still remaining in the warehouse are now firing at you from across the yard. So you'll have to do brawn stunt to dodge. And then for you, Brian, probably it's like as the van pulls around, there's a guy with a rifle out of the window, out of like passenger window, who's also going to fire on you. So it's a brawn stunt probably.
Mm-hmm.
But you have cover. It's okay.
Nerves drive, and do I get a +1 for my computer again?
Yeah.
Okay. I just keep asking because I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I got a basic, but I can re-roll because of hacker.
Nice. Yeah, go for it.
Not any better.
Yeah, so you'll take 2 grit, Lyle, as the bullets start going through the van.
Go ahead, this was expensive.
Just wait for a moment, because we can share success.
That's true. Yeah,
routes get really good.
Yeah.
And we can...
Oh, true. I'll wait to mark the grit then. I'll mark
exactly.
It again.
Real quick, Josh, at what point does it make sense to like, let's say, for example, I wanted to break his computer instead of hurting him? Is that like something that is in fight anywhere? Would that just be like they get? Yeah, because I guess they're not rolling, right? Trying to think of at what point I could do that instead of. Maybe it's just that I say that they're doing that instead of hitting them. But yeah, feel free to roll your guys'. Just looking for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dangerous rolls. Grants. Mm-hmm. Feel free to make those rolls, guys. Brawn stunt. Here we go. Losing gear. It's a consequence of your failure when you choose to sacrifice to gain a +1 to a roll you think is extremely important. Oh, wait a second. Is that when you can use gear? Do you not?
Oh, have I been using it wrong this entire time?
Maybe.
I thought the gear just. I thought you said the gear just gave a +1.
I don't know, right? I just was assuming.
Yes, no. So some things like your computer automatically give help to a roll. This is something you can do.
Tools of the trade. Yeah. Okay. I see. Yep.
Yeah.
Phew.
So what was that? I was doing brawn stunt to evade some gunfire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see. Yeah, so losing gear would typically be when you fail a roll, not like when someone's hitting you.
Cool. And I'll do my free reroll for that.
Yeah, go for it.
So I did get a critical, so I evaded their shooting.
Yep. Justin. Brawn stunt. Dodge out of the way.
Ooh.
Or as it stands, you're going to take 3 grit.
Die. Huh?
As it stands, you're going to take 3 grit.
And I'm going to take 1?
Yep. Or 2 for you.
2, right, 2.
Well, one of you can take 1 less. Which one would?
Probably Jordan, because he...
both taking 2.
He has more.
Yeah.
Already.
That probably makes more sense narratively, too. You're closer to...
Yeah.
Like, at one point, Justin is like, apparently there's some more in the warehouse, right? And then we see Brian just like turn and fire a couple shots down the alley the other way before turning back to the... Cool. Yeah, so go ahead and mark all that grit, and then it'll be your actions again. So right, there's some guys in the warehouse still at the loading doors who've like come from somewhere else and are firing at you, Justin. And the van is pulling around, and there's a guy in the passenger seat who's firing at you, Brian. And then obviously these guys are firing at the van as Lyle's trying to pull it around to go to where Justin is. So yeah, whoever wants to go first.
I'll just keep on driving.
Yeah, it makes sense. You pull it around and then try to chase after the van.
Yes.
So even if Brian doesn't hit it, you'll be there.
I will.
Ooh, and I get a free reroll.
Free reroll.
Just 1 critical.
Yep, 1 critical seems good. You pull around and start passing Justin as he's running towards you. Justin, you want to jump on?
Yeah.
Trying to think of... I think you should roll, unless you're going to be doing something else. What do you want to do?
I mean, as long as I can get onto the vehicle.
I get you just tell me what you're going to do, and I'll tell you.
I mean, I figured I would get onto the vehicle, and I would either provide covering fire, or more likely, I'd be trying to take pot shots again at the...
Yeah, I'm thinking as you're getting to the van, you're firing at the guys who were like attacking Lyle and the guys at the warehouse. So go ahead and just roll maybe nerves shoot, and then if you get a basic success, I think a basic success is all you're going to need to jump on the van too. But I think you already get a quick action for free, so it probably doesn't matter.
Yeah, so something you can do if you're actually just doing covering fire, that is an action type that you can take. Basically, you use your action to give your friends, but not yourself, +1 to their next reaction roll. So basically, Seth and I will get +1 to our next reaction roll.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Is that something that I would just decide what difficulty that is, or has it a set difficulty that usually does?
It's something basically. Your gun comes with 3 magazines, and you can spend one of those to
right
to do that instead of your action.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So you when shooting, you never consume bullets or mags. You can have fun making lead rain on your enemies. There are only 4 ways to empty a mag. Failure: when you fail a roll to shoot, you lose 1 mag. It means that you just kept shooting without really hitting your target. And then if you go full auto, you can voluntarily empty a mag against your enemies to gain +1 to the roll. Covering fire, also you empty and then do that, or bad luck as a consequence of failure. That makes sense. So you rolled just a basic there. But all basically you need to do is just like say I'm emptying my mag, and then that will give a +1 to. So I'm imagining probably what's happening here then is you have a quick action that you get to do normally. I'm thinking you're just like grabbing onto the back of the van or the side of the van with that. I think with your basic action there, you're probably getting cover against them as you're like on the other side of the van, right? So they're not able to shoot you as well as you pull away. And then you can just say that you're firing at them as you leave and empty 1 mag, and then you can give cover fire to whoever can be reacting to that next. That makes sense?
Yeah, I think so. So do I just click the little red button then?
Yeah, I think you should be able to mark a mag spent then.
Yeah. I shot
Cool.
my gun.
And
and
I'll
then,
take
yeah,
my
Brian.
shots at the wheels again.
Yeah.
No wheels on the van.
Just the
no
2
go
criticals this
kaput.
time instead of 1 extreme. Nice.
My free reroll.
Hey,
Extreme.
nice. There you go.
There you go.
So only 2 of those criticals that you get with 1 extreme are spent firing at the wheels again, and the thing sputters out and probably at this point crashes into. Honestly, I think maybe you use that extra 1 to have them crash into the side of a building and kill some of them, right? Do another grit. That makes sense.
And then I'll spend the basic to just like get up close.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like ready to punch people if they come out of the van.
That makes sense to me. Double checking if they get anything here. Oops, pause. Yes, okay. They do get an adrenaline now. Nice. Okay. And then that's everybody's action. So we would go back to reaction rolls. Yeah, I think as you guys are driving down, they are continuing to fire at both you and like the van, right? Lyle and Justin. And then Brian, I think for you, let's see. I think the guy who like stumbles out of the van, who seems to still have his wits about him, is going to spend an adrenaline and do tackle on you. So this guy charges towards you, and then if you fail a critical reaction roll in brawn plus force, you're gonna lose your footing and suffer -1 to your next roll. So yeah, brawn plus force, and then remind me with a special action they're doing that instead of doing something that would cause a reaction roll normally, right? This is their reaction roll.
I believe so, yeah. But let me find out.
But yeah, so the Lyle and Justin, you guys are having to dodge out of the way of these bullets. I think for you, Justin, that'll be brawn plus stunt, and then Lyle, you can do drive nerves again. And then you get a +1, Lyle, because Jordan's providing covering fire for you.
And then another because of my computer.
Because your computer, yep.
2 basics.
Two basic.
I get a free reroll because I'm using the technology stuff.
There you go.
Basic, 1 critical.
So you get 1 basic, which means you get to do something else if you'd like. You can honestly just probably move closer, right? Drive faster.
Yeah, I'll keep moving closer.
Yeah, we can probably assume that you guys pull around to where Brian is, right? Around the road there. And yeah, you dodge out of the way from the bullets. And then for you, Justin?
I already rolled.
What do you got?
I got hit!
All right, so two more grit there for you as as soon as Lyle pulls around the road, you realize, I'm on the side of the van that's facing them now.
My covering fire should be even better now, right?
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, so you just mark that grit.
Yeah.
And then Brian, you're gonna have to deal with that tackle. So brawn plus force.
What's the one you're looking at called?
Tackle.
Tackle.
It's at the very end of the 1 adrenaline special actions. Page 143 in the PDF.
Yeah, I can't find anything that says specifically.
Let's see at the beginning. Special actions.
Because like the ones that say you do them as a reaction to something makes sense for them to be outside of that turn order, but I don't know whether that means all of them are outside the turn order or what.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
It does seem
brawn force.
Yeah, it does seem more effective and would make more sense if they get to do this and do it. But I guess it also makes sense that they would have to spend it because it's like a more special thing. Because it is still a danger roll. Like if you fail it, you do get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can just go with that. It's just this is their reaction thing.
Let's see, brawn force, and I get a +1 because he did covering fire.
Yep. Because I'm assuming as the van is pulling around towards you, then Justin turns and starts shooting these guys as well. Nice. Yep, you're good there. So this guy, goes and charges you, some big, meaty hand bruiser, and he goes to like what would be a very really hard like linebacker tackle, and you just stand your ground, right?
Yeah, I will grab that reroll for military background.
Got it.
Just to see if I can help out. I think Justin is still taking a little bit.
Yeah, 2 grit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah.
Perfect. You don't have to take that grit then, Justin. So not only do you stand strong against this guy tackling you, but you also pull your rifle around and fire at the guy who's coming out of the van trying to get Justin. Nice. All right, and then we would go back around to action rolls, right? So you guys are pulling up on the van. The van has crashed into a building. Lyle, you can do whatever you want, but I don't think you're in immediate danger of the people who were firing at you before. But there's also guys spilling out of the van now, trying to shoot you guys. And then Justin, you are obviously still on the side of the van, and there's people out of the van that you're the other van that you can shoot at. And Brian, you're obviously tussling with this big bruiser.
Yep. I'll do a brawn fight and just try and belt him up.
Mm-hmm.
It's late. It's late at night, right?
Yeah, it's pretty late. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Might as well
All right,
give it a
just
reroll.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa!
Wow, an impossible roll. Nice.
Dang.
All right, what does that give you here?
So that counts as 9 criticals.
Whew. Yeah, 9 criticals, so that's basically 9 grit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, here, let me double check. I think he might.
I think we have our hostage. Or not hostage, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
I think we have our cadaver.
Yeah, they only had 6 grit left. So, Brian, would you like to tell us how you just demolish all of the rest of them?
Yeah, I think I think with the tackle, Brian kind of just like swiveled and not kind of pushed him to the side, and was like the resolve of that tackle was that Brian was actually like kind of facing away from the rest of the van at this guy, and so I think what happens is he he takes the rifle as if he's going to butt the main guy in front of him, but before he does so, he just rests it on his shoulder, pulls the trigger, and like fires a burst into the van.
And all the people who were like creeping up, exactly. A bunch of people just go down dead, spray of blood as you very casually over the shoulder fire your assault rifle, and then you bring it back down and slap this guy in the side of the head, and he goes under. It goes down, and then we see the van pull up, riddled with bullet holes. And you see the van has crashed. The other van, there's 2 vans here. Technically 3. But this van has crashed into the side of one of the warehouses here. Gone like through a fence and into the side of the building.
I imagine it's the kind of thing we were rushing to try and help him. We get there, he's already taken care of it.
Exactly. Yep.
And it just goes like,
I think Brian looks up as you arrive and he says, "I'm just glad there wasn't explosives in there."
And I think it's at that point that the warehouse that you were behind you over there goes up in a cloud of smoke. I think we probably had been getting shots of barrels of chemicals, like flammable materials that they had left in there, and the fire that they had set with like the evidence and stuff, right? Eventually spreads and the whole warehouse goes up in flames. But you do have like this van, which you haven't looked in yet, and should have some stuff in it. And you might be able to go save something from the fire if you wanted to. But that's what happens at the end of the fight there.
You had to say it.
Yeah, exactly.
I was meaning the van. I just fired a whole mag into it.
Yeah, we see just like mostly dead soldier types here. Again, they're not dressed like that. They're dressed like normal. Like, what do you imagine like criminals would be dressed in, right? So it's not the nicest clothing in the world, but it's not military grade, really. But yeah, a bunch of dead guys with bullets in them. And you think that probably whoever was in there is either dead. Whoever stayed in the warehouse is either dead, or maybe they left right before it blew up. But yeah, either way, just the sound of fire. Yeah, and obviously the front of this van is like smoking because it crashed into a building, but yeah, it's not on fire yet.
So did they all just die in that explosion?
You don't know, yeah.
Well, we've got our guy. Let's check out this van, grab whatever's in it, and then get out of here before the fire engines are up.
I'm on the case.
Yeah, Pierce says, I've informed the authorities, so they'll be there shortly. We're to make sure that doesn't spread. But okay. you guys should be long gone before they get there.
Got it. I got it.
So
sounds like the city. It sounds like the city council. Oh no, we can't deal with criminals, but a fire. Oh, that's dangerous.
They might cause property damage to the. Would lower our property values. So you open the van door here, Justin, and inside you see what looks to be a bunch of like materials and costumes and things that they used to pull off these. You think they used to pull off these burglaries, right?
They're all furries.
No. You see a number of fake uniforms, magnetic decals, various things that they can use to make their vans seem like real things and make themselves appear like real people, real like important personnel.
I was about to say it, Jordan.
You do also find a what is this? password mean again? Look this up. You see various things. It seems like mostly what they're pretending to be, or what they were pretending to be, is a company called Sound Municipal Services, and sound being like the Puget Sound, not like the word sound.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, definitely like incriminating evidence that they were using. It's all obviously like black market, like bought on the black market, or fake stuff that they could, you could definitely get these guys on impersonating firemen and impersonating various things like that, right?
But we just started a fire.
Sure. And it does seem like you probably lost some other evidence in that fire. You do have the recorded footage from there, Lyle, that you can send on, but it seems like it's likely that whatever else they had in there, like with documents or hard drives or anything like that, it's probably gone in the fire.
Dang.
But do we have our hostage?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got that one agent there. Yeah.
Oh boy, I can't wait to interrogate him.
Yeah, you're gonna
break every one of his fingers.
Are you gonna grab them and like get in your van and go off then?
Yeah.
Do you take the stuff from the other van?
Yeah.
Or just like leave it there for the authorities, or what do you want to do?
Probably take some of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We take some ammunition and stuff from there. Why not?
Sure, yeah. Grab some assault rifles and bullets from these guys.
Yeah.
It looks all unmarked. There's no serial numbers on any of them or anything like that. Which, it's probably significant in Washington State.
Yeah. Washington State in 2003.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it would be worse if it was Washington State now, but yeah.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, so you guys pull away in your van, kind of start pulling up out of the warehouse here, warehouse district here. We see you guys go up onto wet pavement on the road outside of this district and start heading towards, you probably maybe have like a safe house in the city or something like that you've been operating out of. But in the meantime, you can be in the back of the van here, Justin, and you can interrogate this guy if you want to.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so I described him as like a big bruiser of a guy, probably like short cropped, what seems to be not necessarily military style, but like short cropped hair. He's wearing like a tank top and some like cargo pants. But yeah, you can bring him to and try to talk to him.
Yeah.
And then I think in the meantime, while you're like starting to like wake him up and getting ready to interrogate him, Seth, I think Lyle is like, looking back through the footage and stuff he grabbed. And at one point, you do, I think one of the CCTV cameras picked up audio as well. And most of it's garbled, like it wasn't at a very good place to grab, and they were kind of like talking over each other. But at one point you're filtering through this and you do notice that there is a guy who talks on a radio at one point. And he a garbled voice comes up on the radio and he like picks it up and like talks into it, walkie-talkie style. And you hear a masculine voice on the other end that does seem clear after a while say,
after it's enhanced, of course.
Yes, of course. Yeah. You hear the voice say, and this is like you're looking through the footage that you grabbed before you guys got there, because you were like working on hacking it, and you said you'd already done it like by the time we made that roll. So you listen back to it, and you hear a voice say, "Burn what you can, dump the rest, no witnesses." And then the guy says, "Yes, sir," and then he like gets to work, like ordering people around. But yeah, it's at that point, Justin, that the guy wakes up. I assume, Brian, you're probably driving at this point. Or I guess
I'm not very good at driving.
Yeah, maybe Seth just... I don't know if you have autopilot, but yeah, we can assume you're kind of half...
this is an action movie. Autopilot would exist.
It's still 2003. I think I'm imagining that you're just doing it half-heartedly with your like left hand while your right hand is like
Sure, we can do
with
that.
like the RC knob or whatever you got. But yeah, Justin, you can interrogate this guy.
Yeah. So I'm like crouched down in front of him.
Yep.
And I don't know. I feel like I offer this guy a cigarette or something, right?
Yeah, you can do that.
Like I feel like that's the. But I also don't like want to offer him a cigarette because I don't like cigarettes.
It's a move. It's
Yeah.
it's not reality.
I know. So I'll like kneel, or like do the crouch down in front of him and
Yep.
And like hand him a cigarette, pull out a lighter, light it for him. See if he says anything.
He is just staring at you grimly.
He doesn't take the cigarette.
Nope.
All right, so Justin shrugs, puts out the cigarette, tosses it away, closes the lighter. He says, "Looks like you and your buddies were in pretty deep."
He's just staring at you, giving you the silent treatment.
How long you been with him? You got a name?
No, he says with a little smirk.
No is an interesting name. Not the kind of name I'd pick for my kids, but I guess that's the kind of name that leads to a life of crime. So tell me, no. What do you know?
I'm not telling you anything. There's no reason to do so.
Oh, see, that's where you're wrong. You see, I could kill you. And you would prefer that over the things that I know how to do. Now, look, we can do this the hard way. Pry your fingernails off, break every bone in your toes. We can go that whole route. I've been around long enough to know that half of you freaks get your kicks and giggles out of that stuff. So how about a deal instead? You scratch my back, and we'll see what I do to yours.
I mean, if we
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You can roll the roll because I can get this name potentially if we want to.
Yeah. I think you can either do smooth and speech or crime and streetwise.
Please, crime and streetwise.
Yeah, and it seems like you're kind of talking the lingo, right? You're trying to be tough and cool and intimidating.
I'll help. I'll use help because I've got good leadership, so I can be intimidating in the corner.
Yeah.
I'm just like making comments like, "Oh, he's got the lighter out." I enjoy that one.
Right.
All right, so he said he's helping, so do I add a modifier?
You
yes.
get one bonus die.
You get one.
Okay.
You need one critical.
Okay, now I also have reporter, gain a free reroll for all rolls made to interview people, gain information, and find contacts.
Yep, go ahead and do a free reroll.
Reroll, that sucks! Why does this game hate me? I haven't done anything cool this whole game.
I think he probably is just kind of grimacing at you, and he just says, "So far, you haven't asked any good questions."
I think at this point, Lyle pipe up is like, "Well, we can say, hey Justin, we can get a name if you really want."
Let's
Get a
start
picture of his. Get a picture of him. I can just search the database for his picture, see what we can find out about him. Maybe take a visit.
I love our visits. And I'll pull out my camera and go, say, prison mate. And take a picture.
Okay, and I want to take the picture, like plug it into the computer somehow. I don't know how.
Yeah.
And use it to like hack to like a
USB
face database.
cord.
It might be a little USB-A, but
really,
but we do something to get into like upload his face to the system, cross-examine it with stuff, and try and find out who he is.
Cross-examine it with stuff.
I don't know, like police databases and stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. This sounds like a no roll to me, right?
+1 because of my computer, and a re-roll because of my computer.
Yep.
Stuff.
There you go.
1 critical, 2 basics.
Yep. I think you managed to get it at that point, right? You find out about this guy. He is former military. Didn't serve super long. Let's see, it's 2003. So yeah, let's say he was in Iraq or wherever it was that they went first for about a year. And then got like dishonorably discharged for some reason. And it kind of went off the map at that point, and nobody knows what he did at that point.
Could I name since I am military, could I make a no roll just to see if I know exactly what it was, like from my own military experience?
Know exactly what was,
like whether it's through the rumor mill. What it was that he left or like got discharged.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Nice.
And I do get a free reroll because it's military knowledge. Oh.
Oh my goodness.
That's gross.
So you know about this guy for sure.
He was honestly, one of your guys.
You were in the military, right?
Yeah. I got military.
Yeah. So this guy was in your, like, you were his commanding officer at one point, right? Like, he was like in your squad, you were a sergeant or something like that. Though I guess it was like, it would have been like a year or two ago. Were you in the military at that point?
Probably like higher up at that point. Like I probably was pencil pushing at some point, but yeah, I don't know.
So you probably had a contact who was his superior officer, right?
Yeah.
Or he like helped oversee the case of his discharge.
Yeah, I'm imagining that like you trying to find a good name for this. Oh, you know what? I need to stop doing all of these names and just do. Where is? Yeah, see this. No. Sorry, I'm trying to generate a name for him real quick. And the name generator I pulled up is not being very helpful. This, I'm just trying to find a. Basically, I think you knew, you heard at least from the rumor mill, what this guy ended up doing, and like where he went. So he probably was very. Let's say this guy's name is Trevor Galloway. So Galloway. He probably just got dishonorably discharged because he did a bunch of bad things, torture people, was generally a horrible scumbag in the military and liked it. And, some of that is like tolerated in the military and depending on who your commanding officer is. But he it wasn't necessarily that his officer was like a goody two shoes. It was just that he was so bad that this guy had to turn him in and like get him dishonorably discharged. Right. Even against like an enemy, what he was doing was bad. And he got dishonorably discharged, and you heard through the rumor mill that this guy got caught up in kind of like a weird, it seemed to you like a cult or something, right? Got caught up in like the sort of what's the word I'm looking for? private contractor, mercenaries for hire sort of world, but like for a cause, right? And you never got the name of the organization that he ended up joining, but that's what you know happened, right? He joined up with one of those sorts of things, and then went off the map.
Caleb, just for the fun of it, I decided to Google if there was. I just Googled the name Trevor Galloway just to see if I could find anything.
Yeah.
Here's an article from 2022. One man is in custody, and deputies are searching for at least one other suspect after gunfire erupted at a bar overnight. Trevor Galloway is a guy that actually got arrested.
Nice, of course. Of course, it would be Trevor Galloway. So yeah, that's you've heard about it.
Oh, poor Trevor.
Is it possible that like maybe I know, like he had a girlfriend back home, or like something about his family situation, so I can just like start being really pinpoint to him?
Yeah. I mean, I think probably when he got back from the war, right, his girlfriend left him, right? And they were like engaged or something. They were going to get married, and she left him after like all the horrible things that she found out he did. And his parents have kind of distanced themselves from him, and he doesn't really have any other family. So it's definitely a sore spot. All those people.
Yeah. So I think like maybe that's something that Brian does. Is like Brian says, like looks at him a bit closer. As you say the name, and then he goes, "Oh yeah. I heard about Kelly, mate. Oh, must have been rough."
What did you say?
Oh, Kelly. I mean, they say about
get her name out of your mouth.
Oh, I could say it elsewhere if you want.
I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds bad.
It sounded provocative.
Yeah. He pulls up against his restraints, whatever you've tied him up to, right?
Mind you, I can see that there wasn't much to you. I mean, I managed to take you down in one smooth move.
You snuck up on me. You got the upper hand. I was distracted.
What did you see, Kelly? Yeah, I'm just going to try and rile him up into actually like.
Shut up! I didn't master my ultra instinct.
Yeah, that sounds like smooth leadership or whatever that is. To intimidate. Oof. That's super great. Yeah, I need a critical here.
Can I get a reroll for my military, or do I have to use the actual gamble?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, nice. Yep, one critical is all you needed. So I think what's the question you're trying to ask, or like piece of information you want to get out of him?
I think Brian's basically jabbing at him, saying there's something that he was lacking, which is why like his family and his girlfriend left, and like then he like starts probing a little by like, oh, what did you do to try and like prove you were worthy? Did you like go join a gym or something? Like it's basically teasing him. What did you do to get back at them? And try and like tease it out of him that way.
I think he says, it's not so much that he is directly answering your question or your inquiry. It's that you've riled them up enough, and then he says, once Krieger finds you, you're dead.
Who's that? Kelly's new boyfriend?
I'll kill you! Right. And that's that. Like you rile him up and you beat him up, or you intimidate him further, and whatever you do, right? And that's the piece that you get. That he's pretty resistant otherwise, and once he realizes that he like let slip the name, he shuts up. But yeah, you know that's a name to go off of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do I have any idea whether that's a military name or whether it's something mundane or?
It certainly could be a military name. Like, you know a few Kriegers that this could fit. Most of them, it would be a shock. But like, all this captain in the U.S. military is secretly a part of a weird cult. But you don't think that's the Krieger he's talking about. But you can make a roll of some sort to try to think through, look through your contacts and.
I'll probably just do a focus.
Can I do
but
focus?
I'll ask. Give me a second. I'll ask Lyle to cross-reference it with.
Yeah.
The databases.
Sure. What were you saying, Jordan?
I was gonna say, can I do focus? No, to see if I know anything about Krieger.
We probably just have one person roll and then other people help, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got a really good focus no, and I've got the. Got a couple other things.
I've got 3-3 on focus no too.
Yeah, all three of us have a 3-3 on focus.
Do you have something that would?
Why am I here?
Reroll.
Huh?
Do you have anything better that would be good for rerolls for this sort of thing?
Anything to do with hacking, so fix. So if I looked up him in the database, I could reroll on that.
I do think it makes sense that Josh would be the one making the roll here because he's the military guy.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys can both help him.
How do we help?
I think you just give him a die.
You just say you're helping.
I am helping.
Yeah, plus one extra
I am
die.
helping.
Not good.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm.
Focus no with 2 modifiers for helping.
Nice, 2 criticals.
2 criticals.
Yeah, you think I guess you get a free reroll for this, don't you?
Extreme and
critical. Wow, nice. Yeah, I think you've heard of a guy named Krieger who fits the description here, or at least might. Let me pull up what I know about him. Yeah, Dane Krieger. He's in his 40s. He's definitely a military man, or at least was at one point. He is known now as a guy, a private contractor, has mercenaries at his command and does dirty jobs for people who need stuff done.
Like cleaning their toilets?
No. You haven't heard necessarily that he joined a cult, and you're still not entirely sure what that is all about. But you know the name Dane Krieger, and it seems like this kind of guy would definitely find his way to a man like Dane Krieger. And maybe it's like whoever Krieger's working for currently has a cause. So. Yeah, as far as you don't know he's in the Pacific Northwest necessarily. But you know about this guy.
Yeah. At some point, Brian probably just knocks him out again, and then he kind of lets people know all that he knows about this Krieger guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mostly they was former military, probably was a sergeant at one point, and then eventually, moved into private contract work, and has a loyal band of mercenaries, probably taken from various military groups that he was with, or squads and various things in the U.S. military that he was with at various points. He's kind of snags people from the U.S. military as they become disgruntled with it and brings them into his mercenary death squad, right? Yeah, last you heard, I think he was working in. Yeah, last you heard he was working in. What would make sense here? I think last you heard he was working in South Africa, doing some dirty work down there, maybe fighting a guerrilla group or something for some rich guy.
So I think Brian says this to the crew, and then says, Lyle, any chance you could check flight records or something and find out whether this guy's in town?
I got it. I got it.
Oh, by the way, for a while back, I meant to give you a spotlight, Seth. I think for running the guys over with the remote-controlled van and saying, I got it. That's I think it's spotlight.
Okay. Focus, fix for looking up information about this guy.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hacking into flight databases and stuff.
I'm gonna use my free roll anyway, but it probably won't be necessary.
Look at all those 6s. Nice. Look at that.
Critical and extreme.
Yes.
I remembered a line from a movie. I'm like, okay, but it's gonna take a little bit.
Yeah. And I got it. I think nice. I think what ends up happening is you guys have pulled up to your safe house at this point, right? Whatever this apartment building is that you work out of for the SPO currently. And you cross-reference a few things that you know, Brian, about because I think what ends up happening is Lyle, you definitely find flight records and start cross-referencing them, and you find an alias that Dane Krieger uses that Brian can corroborate he's been known to use. And after a little bit of teamwork there, you find out that yes, actually he got into the States. A different city, but it's likely that he could have just driven here, right? But he got back to the States about a month ago. But yeah, no, whether or not how Krieger is connected to a bunch of burglaries, you're not sure. But these guys certainly seem like trained mercenaries, right? That fits the bill according to what you saw from them. But yeah, I think at that point, like you're kind of expected to like rest, right? Like it's late at night. Likely your SPO handler will have something else for you to do in the morning. So I think you probably all crash, right? Unless you have something else you wanted to get up to.
Yeah. Pierce, are you going to send this guy to Guantanamo sometime? I prefer not to have him in my basement.
Yeah, I think Pierce says, yeah, we'll probably take care of him. We'll send someone to pick him up shortly, see if we can get anything else out of him. Go ahead and get some rest. I'll probably have something for you in the morning. We'll see what the feds find when they figure out what happened with that fire. I sent a tip.
Yeah, good. I need a nap. I'm too old for this hoo-ha.
Yeah, and we see you guys crash. And I think we pick up in the morning quickly. And I think we just cut to you guys. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's we got that line from you, Brian, and then it's too little time has passed, and you hear your phone ring again, right? And you like groan and grab your phone, and like the first light of morning is just peeking through the curtains or the blinds or whatever in your apartment here, and then Pierce is on the phone and he says, "Meet me at Coleman Dock. We're gonna have to leave off with this mercenary thing for now. Something else came up."
All right.
Grab your team and meet me there. Yeah.
What did you say?
Good.
What did he say?
What happened to my beauty sleep?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I think he says, grab your team and meet me there. You're going to be riding the ferry. Yeah, I think we hard cut to you guys showing up at the dock. And you see Pierce, actually, right? Graham Pierce. Waiting for you. He's in his late 40s, maybe early 50s. He's lean rather than large. He has short cropped iron gray hair. And he seems kind of, he's definitely a wary sort of individual. I think you know that he was a former field operative for the SPO before becoming your handler, before, going behind a desk. He is wearing a dark suit with an open collar, and he has a scar near one ear and along his jaw from some previous action he saw. And he's waiting here probably at the ferry, where you would hop onto the ferry here. You see, you're at the waterfront here, boarding the ferry to Bremerton, which is right across the Sound from Seattle, where you were before, I think. And the waterfront is awake even at this early morning, but still gray. You see a couple of commuters with coffee. Some gulls are flying over the pier. And then the ferry honks its horn as it starts to come across. Cars are queuing up for the morning crossing. And he again, he basically says, like, we'll have to put aside that warehouse stuff for now. Something came up that I want you to look into. The raid, of course, it produced some useful material. Some of the stuff that you handed over definitely is going to lead us somewhere, but it'll take some time for us to track down what it all means. This Sound Municipal Services company, it's definitely what they were using to burglarize these places. But we got a new mission for you. A sailor named Nathan Rourke disappeared near the Bremerton terminal. Now, that alone, of course, this isn't enough to bring the SPO in. Typically, we would just let the Navy handle that. But the context, I've been tracking some strange noise across some of the secure facilities here in town, Navy facilities. There hasn't been anything specific enough to identify what is going on exactly, but some people have been trying to break into secure databases, hacking. They haven't been successful so far, but this Petty Officer Rourke, he was one of the systems specialists who is in charge of making sure that that sort of thing doesn't happen at the Navy database here in town. And you guys know that, like, Bremerton is like a Navy base. There's like submarines and other stuff like that there. Maybe a warship or two in the harbor, aircraft carrier or something like that. But so yeah, normally this would be a thing that like NCIS or something, right, would handle the police involved in dealing with Navy related crimes. But you guys are being sent in because he has a hunch, a suspicion that something is going on here, and he says, basically, we don't know if he's dead, we don't know if he's alive. We just know he's gone. He was last seen at the terminal over in Bremerton, down by the docks. He left his apartment early morning yesterday, and he was seen last there, and then he's gone. He was supposed to call into work yesterday, or he was supposed to show up at work yesterday and didn't. He's not officially a missing person, but, again, I have a hunch that something is going on here. I want to look into it. Got any questions?
That's snarky, but no real questions.
Yeah, he nods. Josh? Yeah.
So essentially,
What's this
people
guy's
tried
name
to.
again, sorry?
Put it in there. Petty Officer Nathan Rourke.
So people try to hack into the Navy, and it's his job to stop them.
Yep, and then he left his apartment early yesterday morning, like with a duffel bag, and was like trying to take a boat or something, like at the dock in Bremerton there, and like leave, and then disappeared.
Has there been hacking attempts since he's disappeared?
What's his face? I've already forgotten this guy's name. Pierce shakes his head. No, not yet.
Did
There's
Nathan
been a
have
lull.
any-
There's been a lull in the attempts recently, so I wasn't even going to look into this, but then this happened.
Did Rourke have any enemies?
Now that we know about, and he hands you a case file, and I've already forgotten your name. What's your character's name? Justin.
It's
Who's it,
okay. I have a very
I was going to say Julian. I was like, no, I know that's not right. He hands you a little file, like a thin case file, And yeah, it says like Petty Officer Nathan Rourke. He's in his mid-20s. He was a submarine system technician for a while, and then was on temporary reassignment as administrative support for like a database in Seattle proper. That's like Navy related. And then, yeah, last seen at the Bremerton Ferry Terminal. He's missing, not officially AWOL, but it's only a matter of time. He's usually very punctual, detail-oriented. Like, this shouldn't have been the case. Like, they're not sure why he took off.
Well, it's with the reassignment, the temporary reassignment.
I was wondering, too.
Yeah, Pierce shrugs. He says, I don't know. You might be able to find out more if you ask the Navy, but... Well, it doesn't seem suspicious, necessarily.
Could be disgruntled about having to be reassigned.
Or there could be somebody else in the Navy that was disgruntled about him being assigned to them.
Yeah, he says, that's what I'm paying you to find out. Your first contact is a Janice Voss, the port security supervisor at the Bremerton terminal. And then you look at the file, Justin, and you see that there's a photo, kind of blurry CCTV photo of Rourke, or no, a regular photo of Rourke, and then a little note probably in there that basically says like this Voss lady was the last one to see him.
Justin nods and he goes, I'm on the case. And I go to try to find this woman.
Yeah, and I think we see you all get on the ferry, right, and ride it over to basically you get on this ferry, and wherever you end up will be nearby the port there. Cool. Yeah, and basically, Pierce wants you to figure out, like, did Rourke run? Was Rourke taken? Did he see something that, and then had, like, he's imagining he didn't leave for no reason, right? He was likely maybe spooked or something like that, and he doesn't know what exactly.
Or did a whoopsie accident happen and he slipped
he got in trouble and decided to...
or the legitimate accident. Either one.
Right. Yep.
Maybe he got caught up in everything that happened that with the explosion and...
Yeah, he probably does ask, though. Pierce asks, any other questions for me? Need anything else?
I need a cannoli. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. He doesn't.
And then, I think this is, as SPO agents, that this would be the point where if you had any particular requests that he had put in for, like, gear or whatever, that would be the time.
Well, actually, in that case, let me open up the Great Grand Magic list, because there actually is some specific stuff that I think might be handy for this.
Where's the list of items?
I don't know. Probably in the core rulebook somewhere.
If you control F camera, you'll probably find it pretty quick.
Page 98. Guns and gear.
My favorite Xbox 360 game.
Yeah, I guess mostly it's just guns that I see here.
Ooh, so we can get whatever we want, he said?
No, he just asked if you had any particular requests.
Handcuffs will be fun.
He frowns. What do you need those for?
You never know.
He's like, well, I don't have handcuffs on me, but I suppose I can request some for you.
Because he knows, because I got a specifically pickpocket, so I figured sleight of hand stuff, you could, like, sneak some cuffs on people.
Yeah, he says, I'll have it in a Dropbox near your apartment when you get back over here.
Cool. I can't really use a weapon.
I think Brian holds up a hand and goes, "I need either a bulletproof vest, a telescopic sight, or a silencer."
I can do the vest.
Already, vest will do fine. He like rubs the sore spot where he was like shot last night.
Yeah. Said I'll put it in the same drop box. You can pick it up once you're back. Once you come back here.
Justin goes, "Get me a heavy mace."
A holy symbol, some holy water, please. 5 torches. Yeah, and then I think he also, as the very last thing he says, he holds up a set of keys, and then hands it to you. Whoever you're good at driving, right, Seth? Your character, Lyle.
Decent.
Yeah, he hands you a set of keys to it seems to be like an SUV, and it's parked in the parking lot right next to the ferry here, and he says, "Might want to take that over. You can go on foot if you wanted to, but it's waiting here for you if you need a ride."
Oh, like I'd want to go on foot.
Yeah.
My request a lockpicking set.
Sure, yeah. Tools of the trade. Yeah, he said I'll be waiting for you.
Should I go ahead and add that to here?
You know what? Let's say that all of these requests came early in the morning as you guys were, like, when he called you the first time instead of right now, and we'll say that they're in the SUV, all the 3 of these things you asked for.
I still imagine he asked me, "Why did you want handcuffs?"
Yeah. You know what? I don't want to know.
I also probably would have asked for a silencer for my pistol.
Yeah, I don't think I think one request from each of you is basically what he's willing to offer you. You guys are working kind of, it's just you guys in town, I think, basically. And then I think Pierce is here, presumably on other business, more official business. But like there isn't an SPO office here necessarily, right? You guys are traveling here. Okay, cool. Yeah, we see you guys get in the ferry and ride on over. Bremerton Ferry Terminal is... See the ferry doors open, and you're in Bremerton. The morning crowd pours towards the terminal off the ferry, right? A lot of them are going to work. You smell rain, like usual in this part of the world. Coffee. A couple of buses are idling nearby, ready to take people to work and can continue their commute this morning. And you see Janice Voss waiting near a security door with a paper cup in one hand, a ring of keys in the other. She's in her 40s, solidly built. She has a raincoat over her kind of uniform, her security uniform. And she seems like the sort of person with the expression of someone who has like answered the same question from like 5 different people all the time. Like she has to answer the same question from 5 different people all the time, constantly re-asking her the same question. And as you get closer, she like looks at you and says, "You Pierce's people?"
Where's the vending machine?
Can I roll to know what question is she's asked all the time so I can ask it?
That's why I said, that's why I asked, where's the vending machine?
And I do think it is that sort of stuff, right? Like most of the stuff that she has to deal with is like really boring, mundane stuff that she doesn't care about.
Oh. So this is the...
Basically the security officer in charge of the port here.
Okay.
Where he was last seen.
And this is the person that was in the file that last...
Yeah, Janice Voss.
Communications. Yeah. Okay.
They asked, "Are you Pierce's people?" Like, no, we're a traveling band of circus performers.
You can... This is the clown. Over here we have the world's strongest man.
What's that make you?
Boring. I'm the guy who takes the tickets.
She's turning already at this point, like unlocking the door nearby and opening it, and she says, Come on. I'll show you some footage.
I'll go inside.
Yeah, and she brings up some like security footage. Again, the kind of CCTV sort of stuff. And as she's like getting it ready for you, she basically is saying, this is the last that Rourke was seen. There's a snippet of him coming to the terminal and paying for a ticket for one boat. And then he goes down one corridor here in the terminal towards the bathrooms, it looks like, and then there's a glitch in the system. It looks like about 90 seconds where the cameras aren't working. I don't know what that's about. It might be a coincidence, but then he walks back out. I guess he did his business, and then he goes to a different boat. I don't know what it's about, but that's what I saw here. When Pierce asked me to pull it up, that's what I saw.
I would like to check the time on the video right now.
What do you mean by that?
Is the time that is on the video accurate to like present day time? Is it accurate to what the actual time is?
It is 1 minute short.
Hmm.
When you look at your synchronized military watch, right?
Yeah.
Can I roll to know if what kind of glitch it is that happened?
Yeah, we can see you like start to look over her security terminal here and like look at the various computers that run the cameras and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, how about you do a roll fix?
Okay. I'm not using my computer, so the modifier would be 0, I guess, in this case. 2 basics, reroll. Basic and a critical.
Yeah, so with a critical, I think you're able to track it down. It does seem like it was tampered with, right? All the signs are there. You're not sure how exactly, but this isn't just like the camera stopped working. Like someone intentionally turned them off for 90 seconds.
I want to see if there are any discrepancies in the footage from before and after that can hint to any kind of activity or anything.
Yep, perfect. You want to do focus detect?
Yes, please. No modifiers?
I don't think so.
And I do get a free reroll when I'm looking for clues. I hate my life.
Yeah, you're not having good luck. With 2 basics, I think you can. You're replaying the footage several times, and you're like, something about it feels off, but you can't. Like every time you think you got it, every time you think you're like, no, that doesn't, like that's not it. Like that's not a suspicious thing at all. You can't quite pinpoint what's making you feel uneasy about the. Like you keep thinking like, oh, is that something? No, that's just like the CCTV signal glitching slightly, right?
Guess I'm gonna have to go in person and go do some sleuthing.
Yeah,
in person.
Yeah. See Justin step out of the security terminal here or the security room.
I want to time how long it takes for me to get over there and go and walk into frame, and then we'll see how much time it takes to.
Yeah. Just try to get retrace his steps and see if the timing works out.
Retrace his steps, see how the timing works out, but also I know that the video is off by a minute, but I also want to see how long of a delay there is in the footage.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah. You just test all of those things out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I want to inspect while I'm actually there.
Right. Josh?
How How detailed is this footage?
I mean, it's CCTV footage, so there's graininess to it. It's not super good camera work, but
I think Brian's like looking at this and wondering, like, especially with all these costumes that we've had in the like yesterday, he just wants to see if he can work out whether the guy walking away is actually him or whether it's someone else dressed as him.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I mean, it sounds like focus detect to me.
Yep.
But then Jordan, as you're walking out, you can do focus awareness, I think, to get a handle of like the distances and stuff. Oof.
That's a short straight.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. It does nothing for you. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's him. You don't see any really discrepancy there.
I'll do focus awareness, and then I'll just add 1 as a modifier to make it the right amount.
Yeah. Nice. 1 critical. Yep. I think it's all you need to get that part of it, right?
This is also... I can do the reroll when I'm looking for clues, following trails, or searching a room.
Go for it.
Cool. Yeah, we go.
Yeah. One more basic. Nice. Yeah. I think that the thing you notice about it. So there's one thing that I know you noticed, but what was your intention exactly? I forget what you were saying again about what you.
I wanted to see if there's any, like getting info about the footage itself, like what is the delay time in the footage, if there's any, is there any like weird discrepancy with that? Also, like see what the time is, like retracing his steps, see how long it would take for him to get from point A to point B. Also, I want to search around inside the bathroom, because that's where he went, right? The bathroom?
Yep. That's at least where the corridor went that he went down, like the hallway.
Okay, I want to search the corridor a little bit, and I want to search in the bathroom as well. Specifically, I want to check in like I want to check for any traces of anything strange in the paper towel dispensers, the soap dispensers, the toilet paper dispensers, see if there's any.
Yeah, I think the main thing you're doing currently is just retracing the steps and like kind of thinking through the pattern or the timing of everything, right? And you're retracing the whole thing. I think the thing that you notice for sure with a critical is that unless there's nothing really else back here except for a door that leads outside, right? Like the end of the hallway is a emergency exit, not one that would set off an alarm, but the sort of exit that you usually don't go out of because it's going to lock behind you, right? For maintenance people and stuff. And so you think when you do the timing and you go into the bathroom and even stand at the urinal for a second, you're like, he doesn't have enough time to go to the bathroom. Either he was going to leave out this door and decided not to for some reason, or he just was going to go to the bathroom and decided not to for some reason. He just doesn't have enough time to walk all the way down this hallway, go to the bathroom, and come back in the time frame that the cameras were out for.
Does he have enough time to go all the way down through the hallway and get to the door and come back inside?
Maybe. But you don't think he spent a lot of time doing anything in this hallway. It's just too quick. Either he just walked down this way and then immediately decided not to do so, or yeah. So that's the main thing you notice. There's definitely a discrepancy there. He didn't just go to the bathroom. That's certainly not the case. But yeah, there's no other timing discrepancies that you know. There isn't a real big delay in terms of what you are witnessing in person and what the CCTV camera is saying. There isn't anything immediately wrong that you notice with the soap dispensers or anything else in the bathroom. Yep.
So, is there a chance there could have been? Are there security cameras on that are fixed on the emergency door?
There's one on the outside, but not on the inside.
On the outside. That's what I mean.
Yep.
To see
yeah, there's one on the outside.
There's one. I want to check the security cameras to see if that door was ever opened, and to see if the security cameras there glitched out too.
Yep. The one thing you notice, I think, as I think you're about to walk back to the security room with all the cameras or the monitors. What kind of room? What is that called when you have a room full of monitors?
Security room.
Just a security room. Okay. You're about to walk back there, and you see a little kiosk with a coffee nearby where the hallway goes down. Right. Right at the turnoff there, and there's a woman there who looks at you and just says, "What are you up to, mister? Looking for something?" Just looks like a young barista.
What else is towards the security room? What's past the security room?
Past the security room. So I think the security room is kind of like on the outside of the like I'm imagining it's on the outside wall. There's a door that goes into the security room. And then normally you would go in a door that's like you'd go down the left of the outside wall and then go in a normal like double door into the actual terminal space. Or like a ticket counter to like buy tickets to on boats or ferries or whatever, and then go to wherever you need to go from there.
Okay, so I can't just like make up a lie like, oh, I'm going to so and so.
I mean, you could. I mean, you could just say I bought a ticket for X and I'm going there. But like you just went down a hallway, right? That only leads to the bathrooms and to the outdoor, like the door that locks behind you.
I'll probably just say, "Oh, I'm just coming back from the bathroom."
Yeah, she nods. Do you want any coffee?
What kind of coffee you got?
Most of the normal stuff. I gotta admit, I'm not really a coffee person myself. I probably still need to memorize the names. Is it Vente for the side? Grande? I don't remember which one is which. I just follow the instructions here, and she like looks at the back of the inside of the kiosk.
Tell you what, why don't you get me one of those grandes? And
Grande's the size looks like. What do you want in the grande?
Let's just do a black coffee. Nothing fancy.
Oh, I can do that.
So, are you new here then?
Relatively new. Maybe been here for about 2 weeks.
Okay, so you're starting to get your footing here, I take it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I guess. Not really much to do. Just stand here and make coffee for people.
You like your job?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
You don't seem so sure about it.
Hey, it's just a job. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either.
Was there something you'd rather be doing?
Yeah. I mean, I've always wanted to paint. Be nice. You know, got an art degree for some reason.
I'm sure there was a good reason. You like art?
Yeah, I mean, that's the reason I got the art degree.
Okay. So...
But I'm pretty sure like half the people in Seattle have art degrees, so, can't all be painters, I guess. We can't all be baristas, though, I suppose.
So she's a barista on like... We're at a naval base, right?
No, you were basically at the, like a dock for normal people. Like there are ships here that would leave from this particular dock that are more official, but they're not like military.
Okay.
Like you basically took the ferry here, and so like the ferry from Bremerton to Seattle goes here, and then there's like other boats and stuff.
So, okay. Justin will go. I don't think I caught your name, Miss.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Ellison. Mara Ellison.
Mara Allison.
She points to her name tag, which was like underneath the fold of her uniform. She's like, I think I'm gonna pin this right.
I'll write that down in contacts. Mara Ellison. Okay.
As she hands you your coffee, she says, I can sure say that I met a lot of interesting people since working here. Lots of interest and lots of colorful characters.
Oh yeah. Like who?
Well, I don't know. They all kind of blend together.
You're an artist. You know how to blend the colors together. Tell me about some of the colors that have popped out to you the most.
I don't know. I guess sometimes people just amuse me. Like there's this guy the other day who he went to the bathroom, or he came in. I thought he was going to get some coffee, but he just asked me for directions to a terminal, and then he went to the bathroom, and then he came right back, and then he, I need to do it. Can you make a roll here? I'm about to give away something that you should really be rolling for.
Someone like a persuasion roll.
Yeah. I'm thinking smooth in speech.
Okay.
I think maybe just a basic success.
Hey. I also have free roll for all rolls made to interview people, gain information, and find contacts.
Yeah, go for it. See if it. Hey, look at that!
Nice.
A 1 in 6 chance there. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I think she says, right. Yeah, I was in the middle of this. She basically says, yeah, someone asked me for directions and then went to the bathroom and then immediately came out and asked me for different directions. And it's like it's as if he didn't ask me the question in the first place. He totally forgot. I don't know. People are just kind of scatterbrained. Maybe it's all the weed.
So one guy came to you, asked for directions, left, and that same guy came back and asked you for directions again a minute later.
Yeah.
And asked for directions.
And then I said, weren't you going to X place here? And he said, what do you mean? Like he didn't remember that I had talked to him like literally a minute ago.
And you're sure it was the same guy?
Weed. Yeah. I mean, he looked like I don't know, kind of buff dude. Well, not like super buff, but like there's like a Navy base around here. I just assume it was like some military guy. We see a lot of those.
So he looked military buff, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, was he like an older dude, younger dude?
I've been on the younger side.
Okay.
Honestly, he was kind of cute.
Okay, well, what did he say what he was going to go do that was so important that he forgot about the first time he talked to you?
Well, he was just going to go to one place, and then he decided to go to a different place, I guess.
Do you remember what the different place was?
And she gives you names to places you could get by boat from Bremerton that I don't know personally. But they're like normal places.
Okay. So he had location A that he said he was going to go to. Then he's like, what are you talking about? And this getting info for location B.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
In the meantime, what are the other two of you doing?
Well, he mentioned, Jordan mentioned that there was another security camera there. Could I be looking at for other places? Essentially, there's more security cameras here. Can I go through all the security cameras to try and find where he was last seen?
For sure. Yeah, I think maybe at one point when Justin went down that hallway, maybe we saw him as you thought of, I wonder if there's a camera on the other side of that door. Maybe you looked at the camera and then like pointed down, like check it out, right? And then that's when Lyle starts clacking away on the keyboard. Yeah, go ahead and I'm thinking a detect. Let's do focus detect. And Josh, if your character wanted to add a die.
2 basics, reroll, basic and a critical.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that's all you need. So yeah, you see, it also was like, you don't think the security officer, this boss lady, noticed this yet, but you see that the camera outside of that door was also blank for the same 90-second period. But at the very tail end of that, of like when the camera came back online, that very split moment, you did see the edge of a vehicle driving off a frame. And I think with a critical success and then an extra basic there, the very like the part that you saw had a very distinctive letter, like as a decal on the side of the van. And I believe it's an S that you see, but it's like very distinctive, and it's from what it says on the side of it. If I can find the stupid place I wrote this down. Where's it?
It must be a Safeway van.
Yeah, Sound Municipal Services.
Oh, that's
so it is the same people.
It is the same, but it like basically the way that the decal on the side of the van is, the first S for sound is the same as the back S, and it's like stylized in a certain way, and so you notice the back end of that S, and you're like, yes, I know what that is.
I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it.
Yeah, what is Brian doing as Lyle does that? He chews his food.
I don't know.
That's what he does.
maybe like reaching out to military contacts in the area.
Yeah, I mean, basically what you know now is he went down that hallway. He probably didn't go to the bathroom, and a car drove off, apparently drove up to that back door in the same 90-second period and just barely got out of frame at the very end of that 90 seconds. And then this like kiosk lady had a very confusing conversation with who she thought was that Navy officer.
I think Brian's trying to work out whether it is more likely that it was a completely separate person came out of that. Like, because I don't know of any drugs that would be that what's it called?
Fast acting
suggestion things.
Right.
So he's assuming that there was an entirely different person coming out the other way.
Have you made a roll to try to determine that? That was the roll you made, right?
Yeah, I made a roll to see if I could tell from the CCTV whether it was a different face or what have you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you've been over the footage a couple times now, and nothing's jumping out to you. It seems pretty likely the same person. You think like that's what you're seeing with your eyes, at least. But again, it's a CCTV camera, so.
Based on what I'm seeing, and so we don't know how the cameras were actually accessed to delete this. No.
Yeah, you don't know that yet. Mm-hmm. Lyle found evidence that that's what happened, but he hasn't tried to trace it back yet.
I have an idea for that, but we'll get to that.
Justin, when you are still over in that area, you could now, I don't think you've actually made a roll to try to like actually detect Sherlock, the hallway and the bathroom and stuff. Like you just like retracing your steps mainly.
Okay.
If you want to go like actually investigate that properly now, you can.
Okay, then I will do that. I'll end my conversation with Mara. I'll say,
Yep.
well, Miss Ellison, I'll tell you what. I think every artist deserves a shot. So, if you ever paint something that you feel proud of, give me a call. I'd love to see it.
You give her a number?
I give her a number.
Okay. It's the SPO number. And then as soon as she answers, she's like, you should not have this number. You must be executed now.
It's
We're sending an
Pierce's
agent to
number.
your location.
Something like that actually happened once. I read about this where someone
no.
was just making calls with one of those auto caller things, and they called this number. They're like, "How'd you get this number?" They're like, I just do that, and it turned out it was like an actual military number that the thing just happened to pick, and not great
funny
thing to happen.
But I probably give her a personal burner number.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Yep. The burner phone you give to all the ladies.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good. She
current
takes it.
burner phone that I give to all the ladies.
Yeah, right. And I don't think she's necessarily like infatuated with you or whatever, but she does take it and she thinks of it more of like you're interested in my art sort of thing.
Yeah,
like,
that I mean, that's
seems
more
innocent
of
to her. Yeah.
Yeah, that's more of what it is to him too. So it's like,
yep. Yeah, then we
and
see
then
you
I'll
head
go
down
check.
that hallway.
Yeah.
I think Brian's just gonna scrub through all the footage that's been retrieved and just see whether there's any other like oddities in time frames, whether there's like another 30 seconds somewhere else, or like that may have been someone coming in to access this or whatever it may be.
Sure. Yeah, both of you can do like I think maybe probably focus detect.
Can I do focus fix?
Yeah, if you're just using the cameras.
And can I re-roll since I have detective?
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Hey!
That's not so good.
I may as well gamble it.
Yeah. Hey, nice. Yeah, so I think together you put together a little bit more. As we see a little bit of montage here as you guys look through. Like you're looking through footage, and then we're getting from the CCTV camera, like Justin walking into that same place as you, like in the same way that the Navyman in the camera is doing, as we're getting this contrast. And then you, I think you notice that you definitely see, you find some. I'm trying to think of where you would find this. Yeah, you see a broken plastic badge clip, the sort of thing you would have with like a name tag or a lanyard or something official like that. And it reminds you of some of the uniforms that you found in the van.
Sure
you also see a small smear of blood, very small. You wouldn't be able to pick it up if you weren't you. Under a mop cabinet. Like nearby, like, there's probably like a janitor's cabinet or whatever right nearby the bathroom here, and it's like underneath the mop bucket thing. A mop cabinet would be like the little it's a little locker thing.
Yeah,
right?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And it seems like I think you noticed the drag marks where the locker has been moved over slightly to cover a small smear of blood that they apparently couldn't clean up. And it does seem actually what you find, Brian, is you see that whoever was tampering with this definitely did a cascading effect on several cameras in sequence going out into the parking lot. That would probably, like what Lyle found, that van going away, that hid the van's movements, you think, right? During that period. But you also notice that I think you get a hunch and you skip ahead in time to like the afternoon or something, and you see a Sound Municipal Services van pulling back in and going over to that hallway. Like, again, this is a completely different time of day, but you do see a janitor-looking guy go over and move. We see you as Justin is noticing the mop cabinet. You see this guy like mopping up something and then moving the cabinet. And I think you don't necessarily recognize the guy, but it's the kind of guy it is. Like the way he's moving reminds you of like a military guy and not like a janitor.
His cufflinks are too even from the end of his wrist.
No, it's the way he's walking, right? Like he doesn't walk like a slouched over like a janitor, right? He's has like a straight posture and too careful. But yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point, I think Lyle, maybe you are looking over Brian's shoulder, and once you notice that this van has like come back, I think you guys could probably make an effort to try to follow the van at that point once you've noticed it. Like follow where it went after that visit.
Well, yeah. And then potentially also follow the other Lyle. If we can.
Right, yeah, see where you went after. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure. How about we do one more roll, maybe with Focus Fix with you, Lyle, leading it, but everybody else can help. Just to try if you can piece together the last bits of this. Look all the other, like, expand your search on the camera angles.
What is
I get one more reroll. Huh?
What is the name of the Navy guy that we're tracking?
Nathan Rourke.
Right.
One basic, one critical.
There you go. Yeah, you certainly know where the van, or like the direction the van went in. And you think with your access to cameras, as we've already established, you could probably start like, I think we just see you do this, Lyle. You bring up your computer, your personal computer, and put it up on the counter here, and you just start looking through the city cameras now, and you just start tracking this thing, right? And figuring out where it went. And then in the meantime, I think in terms of like the other guy, like where the man who came out of the bathroom went. I do think that you notice a blind spot in the cameras. That it seems like this guy, when he went, he went as if he was going to go to one of these docks, like these terminals that leads to a boat. And he ended up going down a different hallway that has like, there's a certain blind spot that you find that he took advantage of, and then he disappears off the radar and you can't find him again. And you think probably what happened is, if this is you don't think it's the real Nathan. You don't think it's the real Petty Officer Rourke. And it seems to you like what happened is they timed it in such a way that the van pulled up to that door right as the cameras went off, and then pulled to another maintenance exit that this guy went out of and went in the van, and then those cascading cameras blocked their exit all the way out. And I think Justin, as maybe like the last bit of this that we see, Justin, you head back out to, and maybe Mara like flags you down. And let me look at my notes here again. There's one last thing. I think she says, Mr. And what was your last name again?
Case.
Case, yeah. Mr. Case, I just remembered another funny story. Maybe we're talking about strange people that I've met. Well, so also yesterday, I noticed that there was a maintenance van that drove. I was taking my break, and I saw a maintenance van, and it looked like there was some drunk guy passed out in the back. And I was like, I thought it was a janitor that I had recognized, but he was like covered in a blanket in the back. And I seriously think that the janitors at this place, they like drink in the back or something, because I think I find people like that every single week. And, granted, I've only been here for 2 weeks, but.
So you've seen this happen more than once?
Yeah. There's a drunk guy in the back last week too.
We need to get this woman in witness protection. Man, I feel like that might be the call at this point.
Maybe you say, there's another number I'd like to give you.
Yeah. I think Justin.
And she goes, I have a boyfriend.
Justin goes, I think this conversation that we've had, you might be very careful about who you share this information with. I'm going to give you
the
number of some really good people.
Okay.
Who are going to keep you safe.
I was just telling you about some drunk guy.
You're scaring me. What's going on?
That's what we're. I think he says, "Don't worry, we're gonna get it figured out. I'm on the case." And he gives her like a confident wink, and he's like, "You'll be okay. Call these people. They're gonna take care of you and make sure that." And I'll be like, "These are good cops. You can." You can call the local precinct and ask for their names. They'll vouch for them.
Yeah, I want you to make a roll here.
Yeah, ma'am. I think Brian walked past and said, "Yes, ma'am, we're part of a drug task force. Those men, they're not drinking regular stuff. There's a serious, let's call it serious drug provider problem."
Yeah. I want you to make a roll to calm her down. Because I think she could get herself into she could make herself seem more obvious when she is because you're leaving her on her own to call this number and kind of get in touch with these people. And I think if you don't calm her down enough, she'll freak out a little bit and then might become suspicious to maybe someone who notices her. Let's say smooth speech.
So I'm doing smooth speech?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh boy.
Though Josh can help because he's there.
So one modifier?
I think so. Okay. I think it's good enough. Yeah, I think 2 basics is fine. I think she.
It was my classic wink. Always...
Yeah, she takes a deep breath and then she says, "Okay, I think I understand. Yeah, I didn't like this job anyway." And then she takes off her apron, puts it down.
I take a sip of coffee. Well, they're gonna miss you. You do a good job here.
I thought you were gonna go a very different direction with that.
They're gonna miss you.
I thought you were gonna be like, "Well, you weren't very good at it anyway."
They're gonna miss you, but I think your skills are better served. Maybe as an artist. Maybe there's a chance.
To be fair, so I think my sister was Macca's best barista, and she doesn't drink coffee either. So,
yeah. I think what we see to kind of end us off here is we see Lyle having tracked this van all the way back, and I think we see the van pull up to a water treatment facility. Somewhere in the Bremerton area, which is near where you guys are. And it pulls up to this treatment facility and then takes a bundle out of the back that seems suspiciously like, it could be a person. It's shaped like a person. And they go into like a side door of this treatment facility, and that's probably where you need to go next.
Do we still have like the earpiece thing that contacts Pierce anytime we need, or do I need to make a call to Pierce?
You probably would just call him, at this point.
Okay, then I probably give Pierce a call to give him an update.
Yep. Yeah, and he says, all right, Oyster Bay Municipal Treatment Annex. Very good. Go ahead and check it out.
I probably started that whole conversation with, Pierce, I know you got us on a different case. I've got some bad news.
It's the same case. Yeah. You guys hop in your SUV and drive further into Bremerton. All right, cool.
So on the drive, I'm probably like, okay, do we know why Nathan was there in the first place?
It seemed like he was trying to, like he was spooked by something, especially when you saw the CCTV footage. He looked like he was like looking over his shoulder and like going really fast.
Okay. So then we have 3 questions that we need to figure out. Why did Nathan come here in the first place? Actually, 4 questions. Why did Nathan come here in the first place? What spooked him out? Who would know Nathan would be here? And how do they know who Nathan is?
Yeah. Good question.
At the end of the session, you reset your grip.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, go ahead and do that now. And that is where we'll call our session for today. We'll be back next time to continue our session of Outgunned, and we're going even slower than I thought we would, so we'll probably not get all the way through all of my plans, but I think we'll be able to get through the first act of this mini thing that I wrote down. But yeah, there you go. That's been Outgunned. And next week I think is the same situation because I don't think Emily or Alyssa is free next week. And so I think it'll be us 3 or us 4 again, and we'll continue the adventures of this the SBO task force here. Thanks for playing, guys. It was a lot of fun. And we're out. Adios.